Grand Rising, we back, man. We had technical difficulties earlier, but we are back. Hopefully everybody good. Let me, you know, play a couple more songs, put the link in the chat, and get this show popping. Got a couple more hours. Yeah, reshare it one more time. If it came up. Here we go. Gotcha. We back. Let's get back to the share screen. Let's do go back to music first. Play a couple more songs, let some people get in the house. Like I said, one of the topics we're going to talk about is racism. You know, is how America handles racism. Make sure I share the sound. Let some people get in the house. Grand Rising, we back, man. We had technical difficulties. We are back.
Stack that bitch up, Mike.
Yeah, truth can't be told, it gotta be realized. The truth can't be told, it gotta be realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Truth can't be told, it gotta be realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't realized. Freedom ain't, it ain't legalized. Realize, realize. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Real eyes, realize. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Real eyes,
Grand Rising, everybody.
realize.
Grand Rising.
Yeah, slavery was a long time ago. How? Same motherfuckers still here right now. Colonized on our land, they ahead of us. Changed our name so much they scared of us. Children of the sun, y'all don't compare to us. Pale face people, this ain't y'all area. Talking about America, pale face people, this ain't y'all area. Even up the playing field, bitch, I'm darn. How you a victim, bitch, you a Karen. Cognitive dissonance, you don't need sperm. You got white privilege, so you don't need sperm. Looking at my homeland, man, I can't believe her. Colonized came here, they ain't never leave her. Indians ain't die off cause we here. You ain't gotta lie, just say you won't be here. How you American but not indigenous? 400 years still ain't get rid of us. All Europeans, naturalized citizens, made all the Indians niggas on the census. 1492, we was on the fences. Civil rights movement, we was so defensive. Black Wall Street, whites got so offended. Common law rights gave us amendments. Thank God don't speak truth, that's alright. First slave 1619 was all white. 1200 wasn't no continent, all white. Europe named after a black woman, alright. Grafted, it come from us, do your research. Go within, quit listening to teachers. And the Nuki got voice coming out the speaker. Cut off trees done and made us weaker. Really they foreigner, the shit gets deeper. Whites don't know where whites come from either. I'm Aborigine, we come from the ether. Ruling over us in our land, that's evil. Being colonized right now, black people. Prisoner of the war, that's why it ain't equal. Wake up everybody, don't be no sheep. Freedom ain't free, really freedom is illegal. And we can't get mad at this. Whites act like we can't see their advantages. Privileges real, they working in management. Low down dirty, but they calling us savage. They want you to think they above us. All white people are part-time judges. I ain't no racist, but I ain't no sucker. I ain't no African, but they my brothers. Been lied to, I got built up anger. We built everything, still waiting on the savior. Don't call yourself black, please do me that favor. Black tourmaline will protect you from a hater. Listening to your oppressors is dangerous. Gave us the Bible and stole our nation. Said we couldn't read, but we didn't know the language. Kept us on paper because we didn't see the danger. American Indian, keep the religion. Skin copper color look just like a penny. Wanted our land and you called us stingy. Ain't no Democrats there to gotta pay attention. We got ancestors but the papers is missing. Kings and queens we just can't remember. Remember who you are, just like Simba. Now they got a vax, we don't want that in us. George Washington is the ninth president, look it up. United States only 10 square blocks, look it up. White people really the minorities, look it up. Courtrooms don't got authority, look it up. You want me, say stop drumming at me. Gave me a straw man, it's really not me. Why you don't keep it 100 with me? Why Trayvon Killer still walk around free? Made this song for the truth, don't hate it. History was told in reverse, I've stated. We still oppressed, somebody gotta say it. I'm talking out of school, that's the reason I made it. History, it's his story. History, it's his story. History, it's his story. History, it's his story. It ain't my story. History, it's his story. Probably ain't your story. History, it's his story. It's his story.
James Money, what's good, brother? Grand Rising. Much love and respect to you and the family. James Money. Put this link in the chat in case somebody want to tap in with the OG. They welcome. My nigga Sanchez next. Inside out, outside in.
Outside in,
Any topic,
inside out.
man. Any topic. Anybody can hit the link.
Outside in.
Like I said, we're gonna play a couple more songs, then I'm gonna do my promotions. You know, essential oils. You know what I mean? My sister Blended Healings. My brother Bridge Free TV. Get y'all fire sticks. You know what I mean? Get y'all a copy of Enemy's Public Wife book. Save on the cable bill, man. Get rid of that cable bill. But yeah, we gonna play a couple more songs, our intro, then we gonna do the promoting, and then we gonna open the link up. But anybody can join. Y'all got it. Let's go.
Inside out. Outside in.
Grand Rising, mic check. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me, because they messing with my stream. They got the music paused. I don't know if the music playing or what. Put a one in the chat if y'all still hear the music. Or did that stop? But yeah, it's an open topic. Put a one in it too. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Can you hear me? Put a one if you can hear me. All right, cool. All right, let me stop screen sharing. They messing with my internet. I got that, you know, I got that backwoods internet. You know what I mean? I'm in the backwoods of Georgia, man. My internet is terrible down here. Stop the music. Okay, all right. One. I got you. At least y'all can hear me. But yeah,
Inside out.
I got that
Outside in.
backwoods
Inside out.
internet. That's what I call it.
You know we're gonna take this shit back, right? Outside in. Inside out.
Thank y'all. We back.
Ice, I see you. Outside in.
We back.
Inside out. Outside in.
Rum Ham, appreciate you.
Republican,
Sharon
Democrat,
Walker, much love,
Democrat,
respect,
Republican. All
always.
of them niggas hustling, so it ain't no trusting them. You've been voting all your life and
Boys and
still
puppets,
suffering.
tax.
Student loans, daycare fees, sisters be juggling. Divided by the powers,
Gold
pauses got
brothers,
us
James
perishing.
Money,
Got
live
you
to
niggas
learn.
walking around thinking y'all
That's me, y'all.
Americans. Obama got you
Appreciate y'all.
fooled. You thinking he the
Much love,
Messiah
respect
when the
to all
truth
y'all,
is
man.
all of these presidents barbarians.
All of them.
Life short, but you trying to get your paper tall. All I'm doing is revealing lies they say to y'all. Back in the day, I would probably put that K to y'all. Now I'm saving y'all, and plus I'm chilling with baby doll. Maybe y'all will understand sooner or later, before they depopulate us and the oceans turn to vapors. Got me ready to blaze up like every night I'm burning herb. Trapped inside this matrix, thinking how they done turned this world.
Outside in. Inside out. Damn, they done turned this world. Outside in. Inside out. Real. Outside in. Inside out.
And let me say this real quick. My brother Rumham said something in the chat, right? About satellites, right? It just happened, you know, it just happened that when the government was shutting down, when it was shutting down, right? It was supposed to be going through passing over Mars. But unfortunately, they wasn't able to do it because the government shut down. And what I've been researching and hearing is that every time they on a major how can I put it? Uh, Event that's happening in so-called space, the government always shut down. Look it up. Every time we supposed to have some kind of shit that they doing in space, the government just so happens to shut down. That shit is, it's like they can't prove that they going up there only through propaganda, the TV or the radio. And every time a big event is supposed to happen, a meteor hitting the earth for some shit, the government shuts down and we can't record it. But yeah, that's crazy, man. Let's go.
You know I'm telling the truth.
Outside in, inside out.
Outside in, inside out.
Some real revolutionaries, we don't fold. I'm in the crib watching Malcolm playing Neo Soul. They getting killed for jackets and buried for sneakers.
Damn.
I done came across some of the scariest creatures. For real, a lot of these dudes I don't care for. On Facebook posting pics of kids they don't care for. Therefore,
Hey,
it ain't
shout
no
out to
settling
my
like
brother
the
Drake,
pilgrims.
God
Hard
Music
living,
Network.
and the
We're
prison's a
good on
large
network,
system.
brother.
POs on the same team as
Zoom
state
link,
prosecutors.
any
Free your
platform.
mind, it ain't a choice, you gotta do
got
it.
a
Cause the
couple
judge and the goddamn lawyers be
Shout
barbecuing.
out to
According to
network.
this
You know, we
constitution,
doing
you
big,
not a
great
human.
job.
Freedom thrown away by plea deals they
They
take.
call me
Rap
the
beefs is
network
fake.
general.
Meek Mills and
OG
Drake
Phil.
got me on Mary J. Every night I'm burning herb, looking at all this hate, thinking how we done turned this world outside in,
And that's
inside out.
exactly
Outside
one of the
in,
topics
inside out.
we're gonna talk about. This hate, so much hate, the hate that's in America. That's what I need to name this stream. Like I said, that's one of the topics. How they allow this hate to basically boil to a situation where, you know, they deporting the foreigners, the immigrants and the migrants. They mad at the niggas because the niggas won't help them. But they never helped us with any of our battles. So why should we help them? So yeah, we're gonna talk about the hate. We're gonna talk about ICE, these migrants and these immigrants getting kicked out. And they're a lot of the ones that's pushing the hate towards us. And they want us to help them, but they still hating us. That's why I said sit back, family, and let the two enemies fight. The link's in the chat, man. The link's in the chat, man. Like I said, that's what I'm watching in 2025 going into 2026. But they, like I said, the corporation is allowing the hate to run rapid in America. America was built on hate. And that's racism is something they never dealt with. They allowed to grow. And it's becoming hate. And it's all towards one group of people. Because what they doing with the migrants and immigrants, that's under law. They ain't showing hate to them, they just kicking them out, deporting them, go back. And this corporation been paying these migrants and these immigrants to stay here with our taxpayers' money. How about that? And allowing them to push their hate or racism. Groups like the neo-Nazis, the KKKs. Man, that was a funny topic that these niggas were talking about yesterday. Black people in the KKK. But like I said, that's one of the topics. Links in the chat, man. Any topic, man. You know what I mean? Any topic. Appreciate you, Texas. You already know, man. Let's go back to my nigga Sanchez. That's
outside
one of the
in,
topics.
inside out,
And I got a couple hours, man.
terrible. Outside in, inside out, outside in, inside out, outside in, inside out, outside in, inside out.
Take a trip to Egypt to go and view the monuments and watch them ask you who built them. Now that's common sense. Ask me marching to DC.
And while we talk about, these Pan-Africans out here is lost, man. They're going to back this corporation no matter what. Even though we telling them that they're lying about the information, they've been covering up, they stealing our heritage here in America. These goofy people want to still believe they came from Africa. But they ain't deporting us. They ain't sending us back. They sending everybody the fuck else back. These migrants and immigrants from China to Mexico to South America to Venezuela, Brazil, you name it, they kicking them the fuck back. And a lot of those Muslim countries too. Iran, Iraq. We got a melting pot over this bitch, pushing hate. And a lot of them hate this government or this corporation because they've been doing them dirty too. They allowed them over here, then they hit them with the no grease, just like they've been hitting us with. But yeah, you got a melting pot over here. You got all these different foreigners that can go back to their country. Then you got the niggas in America that they try to put in Africa, but they can't send us back to Africa. We from America. That's why I say I'm a motherfucking American. Born and bred, made in America. Shout out to my ancestors, Americans, niggas, Indians, all the misnomers that they put us under, man. The link's in the chat. Anybody can join. Let's go.
It's some funny shit, making demands to the people you spend your money with. You lack consciousness, I'm trying to get your head right. On this road to success, you gotta run red lights. My middle finger was replaced with a fist when I found out the matrix exists. And anyway, what's a middle finger that's waved in the wind versus the unity of a fist and a nation of men? Lies on the news, pausing in the food y'all eat. The White House just a house, the power's on Wall Street. Niggas thinking Jordan, sisters thinking abortion. Man, this shit is sad like notes from an organ. Got me smoking my portion. Every night I'm burning herb, all this pain I'm absorbing. Thinking how they done turned this world
Outside in, inside out. Yeah, outside in, inside out. Outside in, inside.
They got men thinking they women and thinking it's okay. They got women thinking being a man is okay. You know what I mean? They got Americans lost and turned the fuck out. Most Americans don't even know what gender they is, let alone regurgitation of the education system. They confused about their gender. Make that make sense. Yes, most Americans are confused about their gender. So if they confused about their gender, hell, they confused about who the fuck they are or where they come from. They got Americans lost and turned out, inside the fuck out, educated. They so, like Carla said, America got some stupid motherfuckers. They don't even know the basic of what gender you are. Wow. Let's go, man.
Inside out. Shit is crazy.
Shit is crazy, man.
Outside in, inside.
Shit is crazy. That's perfect, my nigga Sanchez. Shout out to my nigga Sanchez. The process. Flat motherfucking power. Basic understanding of life. They don't even know if they're a man or a woman. They want to be the opposite sex. They want to be that superhero. They want to be some imaginary shit. They really want to be honest, they want to be the people of the Bible, man. That's who flag on the play. Black people, niggas want to be. Niggas want to be those people in the Bible. One of them people in the Bible, man. Make it make sense. Like I said, the miseducation system has fucked our people up. They got a degree and think they're smart, man. But you think you came from a fucking chimpanzee or a single cell organism. You don't know if God made you or science made you. Let's You don't know if God made you or if science made you. Let's go, Manny. Americans are stupid.
Inside out.
Fuck the TV. Yeah.
Outside in.
And I ain't talking
Inside
about
out.
none of y'all. I'm talking about the average American.
Outside in. Inside out.
Yeah. Outside in, inside out.
Outside in. Inside out.
I don't even be watching the news.
Outside
Those don't
in.
even be
Inside out.
watching news. But some of our people believe that news is real. And it's sad, especially people my age and older, the 60s, the 80s. A lot of them is lost, man. And I feel sorry for them. They're going to die believing in this fucking corporation and these religions. They're going to die because they believed in Big Pharma. See, I'm keeping it real, man. A lot of our people, that's why I'm censored, because I keep it real. A lot of our people going to die believing in God. A lot of our people going to die because they believe in Big Pharma. And Big Pharma been tainted. It's been corrupted. It ain't about curing you. It's about you being addicted to my medication, and you need my medication to survive. That's what Big Pharma came to. Like I said, that television, they're still pushing pandemics. I showed the video last time where Raphael Warnock was pushing the measles, saying that not Fauci, RFK needed to get fired because he's threatening all Americans, taking away those vaccines. And like I said, RFK is for vaccines. He's just against COVID-19 vaccines. But, we really don't want to talk about real issues. But over here, we talk about real issues. Was that COVID-19 an experiment? Was it the beginning of let me say that again. Was that the last play of their pandemic? Like I said, a lot of our people gonna die believing in Big Pharma, believing in this corporation, believing what they see in TV. And like I said, most Americans are confused. They confused about the basic. What gender you are. What the fuck? That shit's sad. That's why like I said, I'm against pedophilia and transformers, homosexuality. I'm against all that shit, man. You got these mental ill people, because that's what it should be diagnosed as. Pushing. You can be whatever you want to be. And Big Pharma poisoning us through the vaccines and the medication. Got Americans lost and turned the fuck out, inside out. Shout out my nigga Sanchez, man.
Bullshit.
Outside in, inside out.
Outside in.
Y'all have it. Make sure y'all sub up to my nigga Sanchez, man. If you're confused about your gender, you're confused about everything else, I say.
Yo, we gangsta and you knew that. Now you something to shoot at. Aim it at your do-rag. Should've really removed that. Homicide with it. Niggas gon' make me do that. Y'all all be famous when I put you with it.
And shout out to sponsor Dangerous Music, man. It's always a pleasure seeing you, my brother. Always love and respect to you and the family from the OG. And like I said, as long as I'm on YouTube, I will be playing, promoting your music, the network music, and any music you make, along with my brother Dre Cobb, Chris Cyphers, the network, Looney. Y'all know who you are, Greedy Vegan. Y'all know who the network brothers is. Let's go.
News at my gun named Lucy Lou, the Kill Bill Lucy Lou. Mean there's 100 bullets in it and it running loose. Got it on me right now, nigga. If you need the proof, shit that happened so fast you didn't know you bleeding through. All black everything, I'm looking like a racist. Just having black skin, I'm stuck in the matrix. Niggas lose patience, jealousy blatant. Niggas in your cipher start working with the agents. Goddamn, they been plotting with the feds. These bullets that turn to bums, have them squatting in your head. Dre Cubs, that's my nigga for real. I really think that you niggas should chill. You know the vibes.
Show you stupid fuckers how true hip hop should be. I'm the king with words.
Yes, man.
Showing you
Their
stupid
blood is tainted. They going through those dialysis machines and unaliving every day. I got a friend whose mom is in that. One of my best buddies died of that. So definitely, none of your business. Much love and respect. Appreciate all of y'all. It's patent, yes sir. Yeah, let's get back to the music. Then I'm gonna do some promos in a minute too. I appreciate everybody's support, man.
fuckers how
I'm gonna
true
play
hip
that
hop
thing
should be.
that drum back too. Back to I got
Showing you stupid fuckers how true hip hop should be. It's costing me sleepless nights, keeping shit tight.
Who really trying to make change when you facing something deranged? You losing signal, you out of range. I'm Cumberbatch, I'm Doctor Strange. My brain is on a different wave. You know I'ma be the first to aim. I got my stogie blood running through my veins. Came to F out the game and bring the pain. Me and Dangerous, that shit is.
And let me make sure we on the same page with that. If you're confused about your gender, which gender, put a 1 in the chat. If gender is a basic understanding, put a 1 in the chat. You learn from a infant if you're a boy or a girl. Put a 1 in the chat if we understand that, right? Please. If, like I said, we are, there you go. I see a 1. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. You know, from an infant, we learn if we're male or female, boy or girl, man. From conception. And for them to be confused about a gender is a mental illness. Got you. Let's get back to the music, man. Maybe we lagging. Maybe we lagging.
Dangerous, we gon' be flaming shit. You know how these lames get. Rhyme after rhyme, you know how my aim is. I let the red dot mark the spot. This is hip hop. The rest of y'all can get a mop. If you ain't feeling that, the rest.
I got you. We are basic understanding of if you're a boy or a girl. I got you. Thank you. I meant to say sex, not gender. I got you. Thank you. What sex we are is a basic understanding of if you're a boy or a girl. And that's all I was saying. You know, if you're confused about that, you're definitely confused about who the fuck you are.
So y'all can get the Glock. You thought this real shit was just gonna stop? You should quit rapping, just go pop, you little scared niggas. Say my name and I'll appear, nigga. And you don't wanna know how me and Dangerous gon' deal with you. This that run up on them, make sure you got your steel with you. Yeah, nigga.
Thank you, I know you got my back.
Revolution had a movie, I be theme music.
This is my emancipation.
I shine like a diamond in the true state of cold.
Like I said the wrong word. I meant to say sex and not gender. Thank you for correcting me. Like I said, I'm not beyond correcting. That's why I let y'all know I'm not a teacher. You know what I mean? I'm a nigga that's on YouTube that dropped out of school, got a GED, went in the military, and had a good life. You know what I mean? I'm just sick of the bullshit that they doing to Americans. But yeah, I know y'all understand what I mean. If Americans are confused about what sex they are, it ain't no telling, but let's get back. Appreciate y'all.
If Revolution had a movie, I'd be theme music.
This is my emancipation.
Theme music. If Revolution had a movie, I'd be theme music.
This is my emancipation.
I shine like a diamond in the true state of cold. If Revolution had a movie, I'd be theme music.
There's links in the chat. Anybody can join, man. Any topic. Like I said, one of the topics that I wanted to talk about was racism in America. These Karens out here should be charged with a crime. And if you're pushing hate towards another group of people, it should be a crime. Like I said, America don't want to deal with the racism. Let's go out to my nigga Texas. Wanted me to play it back. Let's go. Dominique. Appreciate you.
Outside in, inside out. Outside in, inside out.
Mac B, Grand Rising.
Outside in, inside out.
Yeah.
Outside in, inside out.
You know we're gonna take this shit back, right?
Outside in, inside out.
Merc Heights, I see you.
Outside in, inside out.
Outside in, inside out.
Republican, Democrat, Republican. All of them niggas hustling, so it ain't no trusting them. You've been voting all your life and still suffering. Student loans, daycare fees, sisters be juggling. Divided by the powers, poisons got us perishing. Got you niggas walking around thinking y'all Americans. Obama got you fooled, you thinking he the Messiah, when the truth is, all of these presidents barbarians. Life short, but you trying to get your paper tall. All I'm doing is revealing lies they say to y'all. Back in the day, I would probably put that K to y'all. Now I'm saving y'all, and plus I'm chilling with baby doll. Maybe y'all will understand sooner or later, before they depopulators and the oceans turn to vapors. Got me ready to blaze up like every night I'm burning herb. Trapped inside this matrix, thinking how they done turned this world
Outside in, inside out.
Damn, they done turned this world
Outside in, inside out.
real.
Outside in, inside out.
You know I'm telling the truth.
Outside in, inside out.
Outside in, inside out.
some real revolutionaries, we don't fold. I'm in the crib watching Malcolm playing Neo Soul. They getting killed for jackets and buried for sneakers.
Damn.
I done came across some of the scariest creatures. For real, a lot of these dudes I don't care for. On Facebook posting pics of kids they don't care for. Therefore, it ain't no settling like the pilgrims. Hard living, and the prison's a large system. POs on the same team as state prosecutors. Free your mind, it ain't a choice, you gotta do it. Cause the judge and the goddamn lawyers be barbecuing. According to this constitution, you not a human. Freedom thrown away by plea deals they take. Rap beefs is fake. Meek Mills and Drake got me on Mary J. Every night I'm burning herb, looking at all this hate, thinking how we done turned this world outside in, inside out.
Outside in, inside out.
Outside in, inside out.
For real, shit is terrible.
Outside in, inside out.
Outside in, inside out.
Outside in, inside out.
Outside in, inside out.
Take a trip to Egypt to go and view the monuments and watch them ask you who built them. Now that's common sense. Ask me marching to DC, it's some funny shit. Making demands to the people you spend your money with. You lack consciousness, I'm trying to get your head right. On this road to success, you gotta run red lights. My middle finger was replaced with a fist when I found out the matrix exists. And anyway, what's a middle finger that's waved in the wind versus the unity of a fist and a nation of men? Lies on the news, pausing in the food y'all eat. The White House just a house, the power's on Wall Street. Niggas thinking Jordan, sisters thinking abortion. Man, this shit is sad like notes from an organ. Got me smoking my portion. Every night I'm burning herb, all this pain I'm absorbing. Thinking how they done turned this world outside in, inside out.
Yeah, outside in, inside out.
Outside in, inside out.
Shit is crazy.
Outside in, inside out.
Fuck the TV. Yeah.
Outside in, inside out.
Outside in, inside out.
Outside in, inside out.
Yeah. Outside in, inside out.
Outside in, inside out.
I don't even be watching the news.
Outside in, inside out.
Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
Outside in, inside out.
Outside in, inside out.
And shout out to everybody, man, that's in the chat, right? Let me do this. Stop that. Let me do my promo. And hopefully everybody good in the chat, man. You know, like I said, I got respect for each and every one of y'all. By me being a little older, I got a little more patience with people. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't always patient with people. So, you know, I just ask everybody, please be respectful as much as possible. Let me do this sister's promo real quick. Like I said, over here, we're about networking, man. Y'all got a product I want me to promote, email me. This is the sister, the House of Blessings, Blended Healing, that be in the chat. Got an upcoming event coming up. These are some of the items that they have. Some of the items that they have. Like I said, you got some item, company you want me to promote, a website you want me to promote. You know, these are people that they done their collabs with. Shout out to the Goddess of Love, my brother Big Mouthpiece. She, these are all the people that she done did collabs with. Here's more information. The link will be in the chat to, there you go. Thank you, Poison Puppet. You know, to their website. This is my sister Blended Healing, Goddess of Love. You know, they promoting their different items, brands, all natural products. All natural products. This is how you get in contact with them, through that email. Thank you, my brother Poison Puppet. You know, This is the promo part. Like I said, that's how you contact them. She's on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and I'm gonna get the sister to come over here and do a one-on-one. You know, she's on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. And here's her email over here: CHIMASENTIALBLENDS is how you can contact her. This is how you can contact her. If you're interested in any of these products, like I showed earlier, if you're interested in any of these products, email the sister. We're about promoting and networking and promoting over here. This is the website right here. There's some more products. Like I said, there's different products that she had. Different oils, all natural, different beads, books. Sister Blended Healing. This is how you can contact them right here. Like I said, this is their social media. Any products that I promote, I guarantee. Like I said, real quick. We're going to go to my other emails. Give me 1 second. Where my other emails, my Fire Stick. Shout out to my brother Straight Smoke, man. Here we go. Let's bring that up.
Welcome to Bridge 3 TV.
Give me 1 second, everyone. Here's the other one we promote, Bridge 3 TV.
Where simplicity starts and quality TV begins. In this ever-changing digital world, quality TV is just a step away. Minimizing bills for the things we want and the things that we need on a daily basis is something we all want. In order to save money and cut that cable bill, get an Amazon Fire Stick. Go to the app downloader and download the NetGo app. We offer a free 3-day trial and much more at a fraction of the cost for other streaming platforms. Use our free promo code to navigate our service and see if you would like it. Text 502-325-2921 for additional information and details. Enjoy your TV the way you want to.
One more time for y'all.
Welcome to Bridge 3 TV, where simplicity starts and quality TV begins. In this ever-changing digital world, quality TV is just a step away. Minimizing bills for the things we want and the things that we need on a daily basis is something we all want. In order to save money and cut that cable bill, get an Amazon Fire Stick. Go to the app downloader and download the NetGo app. We offer a free 3-day trial and much more at a fraction of the cost for other streaming platforms. Use our free promo code to navigate our service and see if you would like it. Text 502-325-2921 for additional information and details. Enjoy your TV the way you want to.
One second, everybody. We got one more thing to promote. Like I said, everybody be respectful in the chat, man. Please.
Welcome to Bridge 3 TV,
Okay.
where simplicity starts and quality
Not
TV
that.
begins.
We did that one already. I gotta go back. Hampton Electronics. There we go. It said, y'all got something y'all want me to promote? Email me, text me, or call me, man. Here we go. And shout out my brother Straight Smoke for making it easy for me. Let's go.
Hampton's Electronics.
And printing solutions.
How can we help you get your business that quality?
That catches everyone's eye.
Let's say you're into health and wellness. Would you like labels for your products?
Or a beautician.
Or own a food service? Maybe you might be a chef.
Shout out my brother Straight Smoke.
From table banners to vertical banners to wall mount signs, Hampton's has a solution for you.
Specializing in business cards, flyers, pamphlets, booklets, soft or hard copy books, to vertical banners and table banners.
I got it.
Also custom labels, copying, scanning, computer repair, and much more. Contact Hampton's today and set up a free consultation. Contact us at hamptonsolutions@outlook.com.
A solution awaits for you.
Make sure y'all get at some of these products, all these products. Like I said, I'm about networking and promoting over here. You know what I mean? That's what we're about doing and getting the message out. Let me make sure y'all get y'all bibblers too. We're about to do my brother Prophet Levi's bibbler. Get y'all bibblers, man. Get y'all a copy of Enemy's Public White Book Part 1 and 2. Give me 1 second. Hey, get y'all bibblers, man. Prophet Hey, that sound good, brother Wolf. At chess.com. Let me make sure I got that out. I'm on chess.com. I'm on chess.com. I'm already on chess.com, Wolf, and I'm on Chess Time Live. My username is LeonardOHarr. That's my username. Send me a friend request or something. I'm already on Chess Time Live and chess.com. Let's go. Hey, get y'all bibblers, man. Much respect to you too, Poison Puppet. Appreciate it. Like I said, we shouldn't be pushing hate towards each other. We should be pushing hate towards the corporation. That's who my energy is going after. I try to be respectful. Hiker, please be respectful, man. Come on, Hiker. My nigga Hiker, come on, man. You ain't disrespecting me, but you are disrespecting me. You know what I mean? You are disrespecting me because you're disrespecting the people in the chat, man. So, please tone down a little bit. Be a little more respectful. We grown men, man. You wouldn't talk to a family member like that. It's cool going after men. We can handle it, but leave the goddesses alone, man. You did it the other day with none of your business. I got you. Hold on. I say be respectful, man, please. I just seen it. Friend request from my brother Wolf. Do it again, Wolf. Like I said, be respectful. That's all, brother. Get y'all business, man. That's all I'm asking. Be respectful.
First skipped message sent yesterday at 5:27 p.m.
That's all I'm asking. Be respectful.
I'm tired of how black men being killed. They done put some respect on our damn name. The brother in Minneapolis do everything the right way. What is he right now? I don't want to hear no things the right way. You are not going to talk.
I did see it.
I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round and round like sirens. I see the strangest things, the evil that money brings. I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round and round like sirens. You wanna bury me, why? 'Cause I'm anti-everything. I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round and round like sirens.
Man, I'm anti-dirty cops, anti-bullshit, I'm anti-scamming ass preachers in the pulpit. I'm anti-no truth, anti-full of lies, I'm anti-scared to try, I'm anti-scared to die, I'm anti-poverty, anti-stay the same, I'm anti-hard lies, anti-scared to change, I'm anti-pity parties, anti-excuse makers, anti-lazy niggas, anti-truth haters, anti-pray and march, I'm anti-quiet nigga, Malcolm over Martin, I ain't anti-violent nigga, anti-fake woke, anti-unaware, I'm anti-Jesus Christ, I'm anti-church and prayer, I'm anti-false hopes, anti-Holy Ghost, I'm anti-fairy tales, brainwashing grown folks, I'm anti-Jesus letting killers in the church house, and God ain't doing shit, but watching as we get murked out, I'm anti-niggas too blind to open their eyes and see, I'm anti-loving my enemies and apologies, I'm anti-gangbang music, helping kill the youth and drug overdose music targeted to me and you, I'm anti-black cops, silent while they killing us, and black judges hugging the killer, but they ain't helping us. I'm anti-scared to fight, anti-scared to lead. Malcolm said won't be no revolution, cause y'all scared to bleed. I'm anti, no proof, anti, no evidence, anti-niggas not asking questions, just believing shit. I'm anti-begging to the sky with situations, thought I trust and I believe in me. I'm anti-belief in God, I'm anti-evil on this earth, hating racism, anti-hate for whites, I'm anti-niggas, nigga, anti-genocide, self-hate and suffering. If it don't help to better us, I'm anti-everything.
The strangest things, the evil that money brings. I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round and round like sirens. And they wanna bury me, cause I'm anti-everything. I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round and round like sirens. I see the strangest things, the evil that money brings. I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round and round like sirens. And they wanna bury me, cause I'm anti-everything. I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round and round like sirens.
Man, I'm anti-roots, nigga, anti-fake truth. I'm anti-believing the slavery stories taught at school. I'm anti that we all from Africa don't apply to me. I'm anti Kanye rocking our people back to sleep. I'm anti-granny killers, grandcestors had the truth. I'm anti-monkey shit. I'm anti-Lucy too. I'm anti-letting these white folks tell me just who I am. My granny came from right here, nigga. She was an Indian. I'm anti-getting scammed, anti-getting played. I'm pro-genealogy. I'm anti-DNA. I'm anti-refusing to check in the shit that we was gave. I'm anti-believing the white man and not what granny say. Niggas ain't like it when Walker came dropping facts in. He said he wasn't black and he ain't African American. That's real talk, real spill, real life, real deal. I'm anti-hurting us. My mission is to help heal. I'm anti-ignorance, anti-religious shit. I'm anti-cool with niggas cognitive dissonance. I'm anti-lacking knowledge, put us at a disadvantage. Anti-social with niggas fighting for a chicken sandwich. Anti-Flint water, anti-sucker shit. And fuck you to them blacks that's selling out for the government. I'm anti-no planning, anti-folk scamming, anti-no will. I'm anti-low standards, anti-no drive, anti-low lives, anti-low esteem. I'm anti-no pride, anti-wanting to quit. I'm anti-giving up. I'm anti-niggas not helping to lift our people up. I'm anti-hating niggas, anti-lame niggas, anti-6ix9ine. I'm anti-snake niggas, anti-low vibe. Live life, fly high. Some days it's gonna be full of rain, the other days the sun will shine.
The strangest things, the evil that money brings. I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round and round like sirens. And they wanna bury me, cause I'm anti-everything. I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round and round like sirens. I see the strangest things, the evil that money brings.
That a man was shot and killed inside the chapel at this World Changers Church International. A man, a worker at the church, leading a prayer, opening the prayer service today. And as the longtime member who talked to Karen indicated, there were a lot of people who go to that prayer service on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10. Different people lead the service. But as he was leading the prayer at the start of the service, a man walked up to him and shot and killed him, shot him at point blank range.
Like I said, shout out to Chief Collie, man. Let me go to my emails real quick. My brother Juice sent me something, so let me go to. I see. Let me go there. Invite. Bam. Shit. I can't. I don't feel like doing it now. I'm gonna have to get back with you, boy. Let me go back. Cause I could do it on my computer, but I always do it on my phone. How I go back. Emails. Here we go. Bam. I wanted to send what my brother listened to. Juice. Bring Juice up real quick. Shout out my brother Juice. Continue. Oh man, why is it asking me this YouTube, this shit right here? Get rid of that. I don't want to sign in with none of my accounts. God damn it. Hold on. All right, let's Google. Should have pain in the ass. Oh, that's fine. Give me a second, y'all. Why is it asking me this shit? It never asked me for it before. Give me a second, y'all. Yeah, I'm back. They cutting the field behind me. That's what that noise is. And I'm wondering why. Give me a second. Is it making me sign in to play your song? Let me see. Here we go. I got you, Juice. I got you. Here go my nigga New Juice coming right now. I figured it out. Here we go. New Juice. Let me make sure I'm sharing my sound. Share. Yep, man. Juice. Let's go. The hook.
It's the hook, man. Let's get it. I got that bang in the trunk, earthquake in the block. All eyes on the coupe floating through the spot. Candy paint on the frame, drip, drippy drop. Keep the scope on the zone, catch me slipping not. I am like Chelly say. Breaking down, bending corners on the sweet, man. Can you feel me as I dip up the sideline? Quick like the flash, make you feel blind. In the zone where it's on, you know it's cracking. Frequencies on a high, guess we'll keep it gassing. Time travel to the grace, they got the work to keep it fortified. Double back, can't get enough, it's all about the strength in us. Buckle up for the turn up, on the mission for the greatness. It's all about the passion, gotta have it when you dashing. Need you strong, yeah, it's all in me. For sure. On the front line, courage of a wild Nietzsche. It's in my design, back on the grind, and I'm in it like what? Whole squad up. When that baseline thump, pressure on heavy, but I never get stuck. Hit 'em with the wave and let the whole block jump. Hands in the air when I slide through quick. Big dog talk, make the whole room flip. Energy wild when I dump this drip. Turn up mode, whole world gon' flip. Came up out the dirt, now I'm back on go. Every setback hit, but I kept that flow. You know, whole squad with me when the lights get low. Bass hit hard and it shake that soul. Mind too sharp, gotta cut right through. Any line in my way, I'ma bend that rule. Grind so deep, you can feel my roots. Feel it. Took big risks, now reaping truth. Hit that lane and the crowd gets shook. Whole scene jump when I write this hook. Never been the type just to talk my look. I'm the one they quote in the notebook. Heat in my chest like a blast on sight. Kept it going even when the days weren't bright. Now the whole world watch when I step on mics and the hook gon' drop. Better hold on tight. Back on the grind and I'm in it like what? Whole squad up when the baseline thump. Pressure on heavy, but I never get stuck. Hit 'em with the wave and let the whole block jump. Hands in the air when I slide through quick. Big dog talk, make the whole room flip. Energy wild when I dump this drip. Turn up mode, whole world gon' flip. Yeah, that's how we do it. Space Coast dipper with no seatbelt on.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Shout out my brother Juice. Give me a second.
Price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm personal price plan.
Commercial.
It's like your own.
I know how to get rid of it. Shout out my brother Juice. That was nice, Juice. Hopefully everybody good. Let me go back. I thought I had my watch later list open. Let me go to my watch later list real quick. I had something I wanted to. A couple people put some stuff in the chat I wanted to review. I'm gonna review a couple songs. Share sound. Somebody put this in the chat. Let's go.
3, 4, 5.
Boom back tongue. 3, 4, 5. Feeling crazy. Boom back tongue. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, feeling great. By the time they pay some homage, it's the wild Indian. Copper tone frequency tap in, yeah, ancestral world. Human physics, real bloodline talk. You know what it is when I show it. I'm on 10. Need you 9-9, it's that soul science. That read the record, find a ghost type energy. The brave ain't dead yet. On the night I was formed, thunder was crying. Lightning split the sky, ancestors aligning. The real one return, young, brave, iron-minded. Born where they tried to erase us, now I'm rewriting. They killed off the tribes. And pure hood to replace them, same playbook, new targets. Just change up the faces, pressure, I'm fine. I apply it in silence. Flip through them ledgers like court subpoenas, indictments, death certificates, census, lies of miracle violence. Connecting the dots that they hoping you missing. I spot the lies in the lines your idols reciting. They comfortable capping. I'm confronting the tyrants. I'm not the last of the Mohicans, no weakness in my moccasins. Anybody question if Granny Indian gon' learn what the cosmos is? My DNA hold the truth that the textbooks abolish. Resurrected through bars, call it spiritual knowledge. Told me, play your position, I redefine it. Point forward, Scotty Pippen. So diamond line, odds stacked against it. Nah, I refine the assignment. 1 in 10,000 survive, that's divine alignment. Spoke to some in the flesh. Rebirth the dramatics, turn static description. Define mathematics. Subtracting the pressure, multiplying the purpose. Turn pain into power, watch the serpents get nervous. Yeah, yeah. 10 little braves still chanting in the breeze. We ain't gone, we ain't coated in the trees. I'm the sound they try to delete from belief. Last of the tribe, but I speak in this on vinyl 94 BPM. And the brave dead, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little Indian braves. 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 little Indian graves, yeah, graves, yeah. 10 little braves still chained in the braves. We ain't gone, we ain't coated in the trees. I'm the sound they try to delete from belief. Last of the tribe, but I speak in peace. Motherfucker, this ain't about oppression, it's correction through reflection. I read the law book, found lies in every section. Teachers of freedom, my ass, who the fuck's protection? She froze, truth hit harder than a Smith and Wesson. Learned business before they taught liberty. America front the real proud identity. They sold our blood and markets, traded our memory. I bought my name back, bitch, that's ancestral chemistry. Yeah. My pen's a pistol, each ball got a recoil. Verse by verse, I turn pain into oil. My blacktop mad, yeah. Grams in turmoil. Now I flip that grind to spiritual royal. Seeing gods with mugshots, prophets with felonies. Niggas doing life just for holding their legacy. They call our true conspiracy therapy. But I weaponize facts, that's data supremacy. Half griot, half algorithm, all smokes. Spirit and ink, ancestors in every quote. Talk slick like I still hustle hope. Words cut deep, I make devils choke. Voice of the tribe, they tried deleting. The system's a virus, and my verse to treatment. Freedom and flesh, rebellion and steps. Still got a 38 conscience and a heart full of debts. Every rhyme a deed, every beat a confession. Still 10 toes in the field teaching lessons. They said the revolution won't be televised, bet. It's on vinyl 94 BPM. Yeah. The brave ain't dead yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little Indian braves. 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 little Indian braves, brave, brave. And the brave ain't dead yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little Indian braves. 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 little Indian braves.
Man, I got so many stories that I want to show y'all, and I don't got time to review them all. But this is another story real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me stop. And then I want to go here real quick. Shout out my brother Information Man. You know, I ain't gonna play the whole story, but check this one out what Information Man did. Y'all see the title. Young black girl was demonized for church for being grateful, thankful for her stepmother. I listened to this, man. And it just shows how corrupt the black church is. They wanted her to praise Jesus, but she was giving thanks for her stepmother who's being nice to her. You know, like I said, we're going to play some of it. We ain't going to play this.
Information
One
is
story I wanted to talk about right here. Then another story when I talked about that hate shit. If y'all get a minute, go check out this stream, man. Like I said, this is the one I really wanted to talk about, the young black girl demonized by the church. But this was the other one that
We begin tonight with a stunning
real quick with the hate group, where the neo-Nazis celebrate school shooting and promotes hate to teens. This is the one I was talking about earlier. Like I said, I wanted to review that one that my brother Information Man did with the young girl church being demonized because she was thankful for her stepmother, and show how ignorant and brainwashed our people is. But this is the real one. So hold on, let me go back to the other one first. And I'm gonna let some of it, and then we're gonna go to the
information is power.
You know, like I said,
what's up, everybody?
I stay on the neck of the black church, man.
Information,
the black church
man.
have nothing
This
but a thorn in our
video is gonna come with a heavy heart.
Yeah, shout out Information Man, man. I appreciate people that's being honest. I've been sub to this brother for a long time, and he does excellent content like my nigga Bruh Sanchez, my nigga Aboriginal Power, all the above. But, you know, this guy, tell the truth is his cliche that he used. And I love it. Tell the truth, man. This brother been being honest about the church, the politicians. Like he said, it's coming to him with a heavy heart. How our people, you know, is demonizing a young child because she won't speak in tongue. I think my brother Sanchez said they did the same thing to him. But I'm going to let this video play, man. And then we're going to go to the neo-Nazi one, because that was the main one that I wanted to talk about. But I put this in my playlist for a reason, to show you how evil our people is when it comes to that religion shit, man. They scarred that, they could have possibly scarred that girl for life because she wouldn't talk in tongue. Or like I said, she was grateful for her stepmom, man. But let's listen to this.
You have had a chance to see me.
Let's go.
Over the course of those of you that have been following this channel lately, I have done a few videos about the black church and some of its ills. Certainly, I'm not talking about all black churches, but certainly there are some black churches out there with pastors and congregations that are really not living up to what the Bible says, to what the scriptures are supposed to be about, at least in my mind. We have another situation here with a young lady. This is I'm not certain how old she is, but obviously she's a child. She's young, very young lady. And she was in church and there was some peer pressure put on her. If you could tell, she didn't want to speak her truth, but they were trying to make her speak it. She didn't want to speak it because she knew she would get attacked. She knew she would get backlash. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. You would have thought that this young lady had committed some type of crime, some type of unforgivable sin on the church, on God. And all this young lady said, when they put pressure, they had kids up there. You know, the kids were up there. This young lady right here was pressured to speak, but did not want to say what was really on her mind, that she was thankful for, because she knew that a backlash was coming.
Look at it.
That they were going to
Always a bunch of
disrespect her.
People. Look at
They
that.
were going to
Look at
treat
them
her
people.
like a
All those
pariah.
fucking
You could
beats.
tell this child knew
Every
it was
one of
coming,
them
everybody.
fucking overweight.
And that's really
look at grandma. I hate to say it, layers on layers of fucking fat. Look at the gut right there, man.
That's really the shame
sad,
of it,
man.
And I want to ask you all out there, what is going on with black churches today? Who are they serving? Anytime you are attacking, and I believe the attack is, I'm going to play the video for you, was on a spiritual level. Let me just go right. I'm pissed off right now. Let me go ahead and just give you a little bit of background
pissed off information,
with this
man,
situation.
about the
Let me put
black
this up here real
and
quick.
all these churches.
The church involved in the viral video where a young girl expressed her gratitude for her stepmother, then faced criticism from the church members at Hope of Glory Fellowship Church in Dallas, Texas. This is what it looks like, and I wouldn't go there if you paid me money. She spoke her truth in the church. What they really wanted them to be thankful for is they really wanted them to say, I'm thankful for the church. I'm thankful for Jesus, God, the whole 9 yards. That's what they were really looking for. They were looking for them to praise the church, get on their knees and praise the church and praise the pastor or the preacher or those in the church. But instead, the young lady was brave enough to say what was really on her mind, which was that she was thankful for her stepmother, who actually treats her better than her real biological mother. That tells me that there's something going on in the household. As someone that works in therapy, there's something going on in the household. She's speaking out. And after you could tell they were starting to criticize her, she said it once more by explaining to these folks that, hey, I'm thankful for my stepmother because she treats me better than my real biological mother.
I got you, my brother.
So she explained herself.
It's these immigrants, but a lot of our people is still into that Bible shit, man. So I ain't just blaming it all on the migrants and the immigrants, but I'm going to give you a thumbs up. Yes, it is, most of them. But it's still some of our people, because I got family members. I'm not no tether. I got family members that really believe that shit. That's divided by it. So I'm going by my family experience of the black church. Like I said, I'm in Georgia, man. Georgia is the Bible Belt. My family is indoctrinated, man. I stay away from them. I love them to death, but I stay away from them. And I get the point you're saying it's the migrants and the immigrants that's doing this. But a lot of our ancestors, a lot of our family members still believe in the church. They took the church over us and called us the black sheep because we left the church or the masjid or the temple. So I'm with you. It's a lot of the immigrants and the migrants that's pushing this shit, but it's a lot of our people too, brother. That's all I was saying, Indian Radio. I totally agree with what you're saying, but I'm not putting it all on the migrants and the immigrants out here doing. I'm putting it on our people too. Aboriginal, niggas, black, colored, Indians. I'm putting it on all our people, not just the migrants and the immigrants. Let's go. But I get your point. Valid point made, my brother. Very valid point. Valid. Yes. Valid.
And God, you would have thought that she had been possessed by the demon of Satan himself, that she was bitten by a vampire.
I got you.
And they just wasn't having it, everybody. Let's go back a little bit here and get back to it.
I'm thankful for my stepmom because she listens to me better than my actual mom. Thank you.
Pause. No, pause that. Pause that. No. Right now, in the name of Jesus, I speak to the enemy that's trying to rule and reign in you. Right now, open the door. Open the door. See, what you will not do. See, the word of God says we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but against the principalities of the darkness that try to do stronghold. And what we will not have right now in the name of Jesus is that. So the enemy that's trying to live in you, making you think that, we cast that out right now in the mighty name of Jesus. What you like?
Let me tell you something, everybody. It is obvious to me. Let me slow down. It is obvious to me that this is called child abuse. This is child abuse in the name of a church, a belief system. But most of all, they are using what they're doing to this young lady is what I would call spiritual trauma. This is not Jesus like. This is not God like. Think about it. These folks claim to be about Jesus. If this young lady had said this in the presence of Jesus, Jesus would be what? Understanding. Jesus would say, well, why do you feel that way? And she would have said, like she said already, my stepmother treats me better. Jesus would have had understanding. Jesus would have wanted to know what's happening in the household. Jesus would have been concerned about what's going on with the mother, that the child would say this. And for those of you that are Bible, people who read the Bible, there are statements in the Bible that says that you should not chastise your child, that you must be careful about how you chastise a child. You got to be very careful. And in this manner, so she's being traumatized. And then we wonder why people reject the church nowadays, leave the church. They grow up into adulthood and have unsolved mental health problems, stressors, all kind of conditions, get into drugs, because it's not only physical earlier, abuse.
The mental health of our people, man. Believing in this God shit, this religion, the corruption of it. A lot of our people mentally is messed up mentally, man. They don't even know what sex they are, if they're a man or a woman. Let's go, man. I'm going to let this play. Shout out to my brother Information Man. If y'all have it, sub up to his channel. He does excellent content like Brother Sanchez, Enemies Public. You know, all the other brothers that we network and support. Sub up to this brother Information Man. Excellent content.
Of a child that's wrong. But you can have spiritual abuse, being abused by people.
Because I'm going to let it play for about 15 minutes straight. So if anybody want to come up. You're welcome to come up. The link's in the chat. You know, this is one of the videos I wanted to show. And shout out to Information Man. And then the other one is the neo-Nazi celebrates school shooting and promotes hate. Because that was one of my topics I wanted to talk about, how America deals with hate. So somebody hit the link. I'm going to let this play for a little bit. You're welcome to come up. I'm going to let it play for like 15 minutes. Then I'm going to tap in. Let's go.
Who are using the church as an instrument to push their agenda. You see.
Tell the truth.
I'm going to bring it back a little bit more. This is crazy. This child, I want to say it again. This young lady is being traumatized. You can tell that she was trying to keep her composure as they were trying to push their agenda on her. They wanted them to say what they were thankful for, and she said it, and they couldn't handle it, and they treated her like garbage. That's why I'm saying, what is happening with the church today? Something is a disconnect, and then we wonder why people are leaving the church. And it's sad because you got all these women up here carrying on like this.
Right now, in the name of Jesus, I speak to the enemy that's trying to rule and reign.
Hey, shout out my brother T. Wriggles. Thank you for coming up, brother. Much love and respect. Let me make you the co-host real quick. And I wanted, before you tap in, I wanted to answer the sister Vilified question. She said, Big Dog, how can they celebrate school shootings when it's their people doing them and the ones dying? Hey, they are. And they pushing hate towards us. And we ain't even involved in the shooting. That's the insanity part. These neo-Nazi groups are using them unaliving themselves to push hate towards us, and we ain't even involved. So I hope that answers your question. It's kind of mind-boggling how they could push it when it's them unaliving themselves. But it was an excellent question, and I wanted to answer it before I played the video. So hopefully I answered it. Oh, you're a man. Okay. My bad, vilified. I thought you was a goddess. Vilified. You're a man. I got you. I know you're a man now. My bad. But I hope I answered your question, man. That they doing it and blaming us when we ain't even involved. But go ahead, T. Wriggles. You can tap in before I play this video. Grand Rising. My
Grand
bad,
Rising,
vilified. I got you.
Grand Rising to you, brotherness. Damn, I'm so mumbling on my words. OG, you
You
know what I'm saying?
laughing and shit. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Vilified.
Much love to you. Hey, and much love and respect to the chat. Let's not forget
Mm-hmm.
about y'all. Without y'all, we ain't nothing up here. And shouts
Totally
out to
agree.
Information Man. This is great topic. Great topic. This needs to be discussed, right? And we need to hear the children out. What did she say again, OG? What did she say on the mic?
Say it one more. What did which one say?
The little child. What did the
Oh, she
child
said she's
say?
grateful for her stepmom, something to that effect. I can run it back.
And then why are they trying to say we're trying to cast the demon out of her? Like these people are, whoa, this is
Cause
heavy.
she didn't give praise to Jesus like she was supposed to.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
she
know
did
how
right. Listen, man. Listen, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, shouts
I
out
could
to
play
this.
it back a little bit for you. You
No,
want
no,
me to
it's
play?
okay. It's okay.
All
Keep
right.
it right where it's at because Information Man's on point here. The little child on point. And I want everyone to know, when witchcraft and spell work and words, there's levels to this. And I think Information Man hit it right on the noggin when he said, hey, man, this is not only child abuse, this is spiritual abuse. It's almost like saying mental abuse. And everybody knows that mental abuse is far more worse than physical abuse. You understand what I'm saying? So what these women are doing here and everyone in these churches, like to me, and in my view and in my opinion, OG, this is this a level of witchcraft because they're using words to curse people to me. And I'm like, OG, you still there?
In you right now. Open the door. Open the
Yeah, I'm
door.
here. I wasn't
See what you
sure if
will
you
not
were
do.
finished. We're gonna
See,
let the
the word
video
of God
play.
says we
I got you.
wrestle not with flesh and blood, but against the principalities and the darkness that try to do stronghold. And what we will not have right now in the name of Jesus is that. So the enemy that's trying to live in you, making you think that, we cast that out right now in the mighty name of Jesus.
I pause it right there. This woman right here, you can see that she took some sort of oil, some type of blessed water or oil, and puts it on her hands, and then puts her hands over the young lady's head, like you see on this picture right here. So what it tells you is that they almost feel that this child is possessed, because you had the other woman in the yellow talking about open the door as if she's. This is unbelievable.
Whether you like it or not, because you will bow down to the Most High God. And mom, don't you freak out over that. You keep laying hands. You keep praying.
And T. Wiggles, I'm gonna let it play for like 10 minutes. Now I'm gonna tap in. So take any notes that you want to write down.
Oh yeah, I got it. I
Give me
got it.
10 minutes. Or if you hear something and triggers you, you can talk over the video.
No,
I'll be
I ain't gonna
back in
talk over it.
like
I'm gonna
10
let it
minutes.
run. I'm gonna let it run.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right.
I want the people to get the whole content of this because it's a 28-minute video. So I'm gonna play about another 10 minutes of it.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
You keep moving. All of my prayer warriors, my prophets and prophetess come forth. In Jesus' name. It's not a run.
Wow.
Hallelujah.
Wow.
Hallelujah. In the name of Jesus. We speak to that. We speak to that spirit that's trying. We apply the blood of Jesus right now over every youth. We apply the blood of Jesus right now. Right now. We apply the blood of Jesus right now of everyone in here and on the line.
I want y'all to look at her face because it is obvious that she is in pain. She is in torment. This young lady is being traumatized. And guess how? She's being traumatized by the individuals in this church who are demonizing her for saying that you would think that instead of them demonizing her, that they would want to talk to her after church, maybe talk to the mother and find out, well, why is it that your daughter feels that her stepmother treats her better than her actual biological mother? You didn't see any understanding in this church with these people. And I thought that's what religion is supposed to be about an understanding. Instead, you're seeing a child that really somebody should have called the Child Protective Services because she's being traumatized and abused on a spiritual level. And then you hear them talking in tongues. And I'm sorry, talking in tongues, I don't know. This is just my opinion. I don't know what is godly about talking in tongues because Jesus didn't talk in tongues. Jesus didn't talk to God in tongues. And God didn't talk to the prophets in the Bible like Moses in tongues. You never heard any of that. This is just stuff that people are making up. Talking all this tongue stuff sounds like Satan to me.
In Jesus' name. Right now, in the name of Jesus.
See? What is that? What the hell is she saying? That sounds devilish to me. I'm pissed off about this one. What is she saying? All that talk, all that language. What is it? Latin? What is she saying? What is she saying?
And on the line, in Jesus' name.
See?
Right now.
You could tell she's under distress. This young lady.
Now in the name of Jesus. What
is that?
Mom, you hold your head up. You do everything that the Father has instructed you to do about your child.
This is crazy, y'all. This is insanity in a church.
Fact.
I don't care what it look like. I don't care what it sound like. But you are going to do.
This is.
Man.
Something is unnatural about what's happening in this church with these folks.
Very unnatural.
She was pressured originally to speak. They were saying they wanted the kids to say what was they really thankful for. And they made it very clear that they didn't want to hear them saying anything about being thankful for their teacher, anything like that. They had an agenda. And this is what you would also call is brainwashing. But this is how, again, it started out.
I don't want to hear thankful for your friends. I don't want to hear you thankful for your teacher. It's not about that right now. You're going to say what you're really thankful for.
Thankful for my stepmom because she's, I can't say that.
That lady right there is the one. You can see her shaking her head because she did not like her saying that. And the young lady stopped herself for a minute because she knew by saying that it would trigger these people in the church. What that tells me is that this young lady already knew what this church was about. she knew that the disposition of the people in this church was going to be demonstrative. That young lady is going to a church where she's living in torment, as far as I'm concerned. This is not godly. And the thing about this is that we live in a world where you want people to be silent. People want kids to be silent. And what happens is, I'm going to say it again, that young lady may grow up with a certain level of trauma because of this. She'll remember this for the rest of her life, no matter how old she is, about what they did to her. This may carry on with her where she might decide to not be religious anymore. She may decide to hate religion. She may grow up to not like those people in that church. And what happens is that she will carry this, her true story will be carried with, she'll carry this trauma with her. But sometimes you've got to speak your truth. And I just felt the young lady was speaking her truth. She knew she was about to get raked over the coals for it. She doubled down and said it again, said, this is why my stepmother treats me better. They couldn't handle it, and they demonized her. Literally, they're in there speaking in tongues, which I think is devilish personally. And they're the only people who act like they had some sense were the kids in this church. It was the adults who are supposed to set the example for the kids who seemed to be the ones that were out of control. They were the ones that were ungodly, un-Jesus-like. Let me play something. There was a lady on TikTok that I found, and she spoke, and she kind of speaks to this in an indirect way, because she talked about how she was abused by her mother, and that people want you to be quiet about the abuse that goes on. And certainly there is some abuse that goes on in the Black community. Like any community, we have abuse going on. We have physical abuse, right? There's emotional abuse. What they did to her was emotional abuse. Okay. And so for her to say that the stepmother is better for her is because something is going on with the mother, which can lead to trauma. That child may have trauma from whatever the mother, the biological mother, has done to made her feel that way. But let me play this lady right here, because I think she breaks some things down around this area.
Society, your so-called friends, and your family want you to stay silent about the abuse.
See?
From your mom. And the reason why I say mom, because I'm talking about myself, my own situation.
Tell the truth.
And the reason why I say that, because when you begin to share your truth, because that's my truth and my story, and I'm going to share it.
Right.
The family wants you to be,
quiet,
out of respect for the mom. But where was my respect? Where was it?
Right.
When you're being abused and you're being talked down to.
That's exactly what happened to that girl, the young girl in this video. I want to be respectful as I can. That's exactly what they did. They talked down to this young lady with this whole spiritual stuff. They did not let her speak her truth without criticizing her.
Yeah, I'm here.
And
everybody.
obviously there's something going on at home with her biological mother, which has driven her to embrace her stepmother.
This is how the church is using our youth. That's how they abusing our fucking youth. Our youth, excuse my language.
We just have to keep it real.
And you're being, hit for no reason. Where's my respect? Where is it?
That's
and
right.
Then it causes you stress and emotional pain. I know what I'm talking about. Okay.
Gotcha.
I used to tremble.
I'm here.
Nerves was bad. Got married.
You want to tap in and say anything? Go ahead, brother.
Now I'm writing down all of my notes, man, and
gotcha.
For everyone, just for the first note that I wrote down, y'all. Okay, look, don't let everyone touch your child, because you don't know what type of energetic things a person has that can come off onto your child. So you don't want everyone touching your children. You understand what I'm saying? And in this case, when they all surrounded her, and as Information Man said, put oil on her hands, which means that energy now can come out of her hands even more, and then put it right on her forehead where that pineal gland or your third eye likes to come out of. And she put it right there. It's like, yo, this is heavy. I got more, but I'll wait. I'll save it.
Yeah, that's why I go hard at the black church, because it got our people fucked up mentally. They treating the youth like this. That's why I go hard at religion. And all they want to talk about is what's in that book, not what's happening in life.
Man.
Not what's happening yesterday, a month ago. They want to go back to AD and BC and be them people in that fucking book so bad. That's why I go at religion so hard, man. Because like I said on the other stream, when our kids come up missing, the black church is never around. I've never seen, I'm 60 years old, I've never seen the black church go search for any missing children and give it to the police department, man.
That
And
part.
y'all see what they doing. So like I said, shout out to Information Man. He on the neck of the politicians, these preachers, these churches that has corrupted our system, man. I just need y'all to see this, man. And understand why OG go at religion so hard. They man, they messing with that little girl mind.
Facts.
And I'm gonna say this and give it right to you, T. Riggles. That's why I say a lot of our people leave the church. They leave the church, but they keep the belief system, and they keep that book. They persevere that book. But go ahead, T.
Yeah, that I go at religion hard also, OG. Because of my stance here. I know that there's a divine creator, and that divine creator, man, it's hard to contain or put information in the book. We always say that, a lot of religious people, this is what gets under my skin sometimes, when religious people will say, yeah, man, you got to read the word. Yeah, amen. Get God's word. Get God's word. But for spiritual people like myself, we know where the word is, and that's within. You go inside of yourself, that's where the word is. It's already inscribed on you. It's in you. So with religion trying to say it's outside of you and it's in this book, that is totally, it's got some truth in it, but if you really want to know the truth, right, that has to go within. And I tell you like this, OG, this is another reason why I go hard at religion and some of these churches also. I would say, and look, I'm gonna throw myself out here on a whim here, because I understand that not all churches are technically bad, right? But I'm gonna say 80% and maybe even higher, right? These churches are run and governed by nothing but witches and warlocks, okay? And they will gather all the people together and then, cast whatever spell, because some of these practitioners are very good. I know one personally, OG, right, that came to California and wanted to have a meeting with me. And I was just like, I don't like this vibration when he came in. And so I already know he's You ever noticed? Here's another thing. You ever noticed that churches love to feed people and all of this and all of that in the church? Like, and I could only imagine that they put something in the food. And some people know how all of this, your level of knowledge on the witchcraft and root work.
Hey, I wouldn't doubt it, T-Rose. That's a
Man,
good
I'm
point.
telling you,
That's a good
OG.
point. They love feeding the motherfuckers
They
some
love
poison.
feeding you.
Some
And don't get me
pork
wrong.
chops,
Don't
some
get me wrong.
chicken.
Yeah. Look, don't get me wrong, OG. I'm all about feeding the people. I get that.
For sure.
I get
Same
it.
here, man.
I
But not
get it.
poisoning the people. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? But when you put in, the hoobity jubilees in the food, and now, you know what I'm saying, you're connected to this pastor who's this practitioner. He's all into the dark arts. Now that's your ass. Sorry for my language here. That's your ass now. And that's going to take a lot of inner work to break some of these spells. You feel me? And I'm speaking from experience here. Because I look, anybody would have told me 5 years ago, y'all, spell work, voodoo, whatever, pala mayombe, whatever the hell's out there, I would have said, brother, you crazy. There ain't no such thing. And whoop, 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 whoop. You need help. You need to go see a psychiatrist, therapist, because brother, you crazy. Not until, OG, I got hit with one of these things, and I said, damn, do you know how long it took to cleanse my system out, brother? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to go into...
Yeah, I can just imagine, bro. I can just imagine, T. Riggers.
OG, I'm telling you, OG.
You had to get them demons out of you, player. I already know. You had to get them demons out of you.
I'm telling you, because I weren't even living right. I think I was depressed, everybody dying around me. So I'm like, I'm going on journeys per se. You feel me? Where it's just like, look, man, I'm having fun out here and all of this. But then I didn't know, what spell work and whatever the hell these people do out here. I didn't know how this thing operates. And then once I figured it out, I said, oh my God, this shit is real. And then the voice in my head said, yes, brother, this is real. Welcome to the game. And I said, damn. And so now I start doing the homework, OG, and seeing this type of stuff right here on the screen, how all of these ladies are touching this child. And one of my points was, I wrote down, the child did everything that the lady said. She said that you're going to come up here and talk about something that is something of some sort.
Prevalent
and so
in
now
your
the
life.
child gets the mic.
Yeah, something that's prevalent in your life.
Yeah. And she did everything that the adult said. And then she honored the stepmother. You know what I mean? And I think that was good that she honored the stepmother. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, because maybe she gets everything that she wants, but I can guarantee you there's got to be some type of discipline there with the stepmother. Do you know what I mean? And structure. And then when it comes down to the mother, they might not be. That's why she's in church, maybe. I don't know. And I land. Sorry for being so long-winded right there.
Now you
OG
good, T.
in
Riggers.
the
I'll
chat.
let
My
you do
bad.
your thing. Yeah.
My bad.
Old dude, you good, brother. Old dude said, I'm going to do a listening party on my next stream. All are welcome to join and give live feedback to the music and sub to everybody. Sound good. I'll be there, brother. Kill Switch, what's good? My nigga Kill Switch. Much love and respect, man. Let's play
Kill
some more
Switch
of
in
the
the
video.
building. Salutes.
Play a little bit more.
I brought that into my marriage because I kind of did. Not my first year so much. But then I didn't know what was happening to me, right? I didn't know what was happening to me emotionally, right? But at the end of the day, it hurts so bad because of all the stuff that I had went through when I was at home with my mother, my parents. Okay, so then when you talk about it, family members mad at you, yeah, that ain't happened to her. Like, who you talking to? Okay.
Wow.
Emotional stress like you would not believe. Trust me. My children never stress me, neither my man. This Motivational Monday right here, y'all. Motivational Monday. That's what this is right now.
Right.
Because see, what I want you to understand is that people want you to be in silence about your stuff. You know, things that happen to you.
That's
because
right.
They say, oh, you have to honor thy father and mother. True. But did anybody honor me? Did I get honored?
Tell the truth.
That's what I want to. Was I honored? The Bible also said, "Don't provoke your children to anger." What's
I want to stop that right there. That's what I was trying to say earlier in this video. That the Bible, for those of you that are heavy into the Bible says, "Don't provoke your children." Everything that was going on in this church with this young lady right here was the church provoking the young lady. Oh, this is for sure. She was being provoked. For sure.
You're gonna get it together, and we're gonna start again. And it ain't gonna be just that. You're gonna get it together. Amen.
This lady right here says you're gonna get it together because it's not gonna be you just talking about how you respect your stepmother. They wanted to literally control what these kids and this particular young lady was going to say. That's crazy.
See, the other kids played into their narrative. They probably talked about Jesus, how good Jesus is. But once this girl said a real life situation, that's when they jumped on her like a hyena jumping on its prey. But y'all got it. Let's go. And shout out to Information, man.
Of course I was.
Content.
Many years I was provoked to anger, stress, depression.
Yes, Texas, big facts. Mind control, yes.
But when I got married,
Jesus,
I thank God he gave me a man that I could talk to about it and help me out and pray with me. So my Motivational Monday today say, I'm going to motivate you to talk to somebody that you can trust. Somebody that can help you out. Somebody that you can be, you can talk to and there'll be a sounding board and not judge you and tell you need to be silent.
Right. In my opinion, they wanted this young lady to be silent, to speak and say what they wanted her to say, not what she wanted to say, what was really in her heart. That's what this was really all about, y'all.
Talking tongue.
At the end of the damn day. Everybody, this was a very difficult video to do. Once I discovered what was going on, this went viral all over the social media streets of TikTok, Twitter and things of that nature. Make sure you share this video in all your social media. Let people know about this particular video. Share it. Like I said before, I do Umar Johnson content too, but there are other things that are going on that are just as crazy as Umar Johnson and people that are doing things to black people. In this case, a young lady that is just as abusive as the things that Umar Johnson is doing, that is just as crazy as all get out. I want to say thank you for watching. Make sure you like and comment on this video. And this whole situation is
Information Man is a sponsor over here.
It's crazy.
Out to my brother Information
what
Man.
they
I've been watching this content for
did to this young lady.
Years. Him, Bruce Sanchez.
I don't know.
Enemy Public. Shout out to Information Man for being honest. Tell the truth.
Just make sure you share this video, everybody. It's a real damn shame. What they did.
Damn shame.
How they treated her.
Facts.
And this is what's happening in our black churches. It's bad enough we got black preachers, putting pressure on people to give them more money. We got preachers messing around with people in the congregation. And then we have members of the congregation demonizing a young girl. She looked like she probably no more than 13, maybe 14 years old, 12 years old. I don't know. But I do know
that come on YouTube,
that what they did to her was traumatizing
obedient.
at the very least. You let me know what you think about this video. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification.
Y'all being obedient to the corporation. But yeah, I wanted
OG.
to go ahead, brother.
I'm sorry, OG.
No, you good. I was finished.
Look, I just for this video and this topic, you and Information Man, you know, I got to give it to y'all. You get one of these, OG.
Appreciate you, T. Wiggles. But yeah, that was one video that I put in my save later. And then this was the other video. Like I said, America promotes hate. It don't, target it. It promotes it. And basically, you could promote hate to a certain group of people. And it's been going on forever. That's what America was built on. Let's go to this video real quick. And shout out to Telehouse Publishing, man.
We begin tonight with a stunning reaction from a neo-Nazi at the center of an exclusive News Channel 5 investigation, now celebrating his possible role in influencing a deadly school shooting. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Rory Johnston. Last night, we first revealed how that neo-Nazi targets online video chats that are popular with children, trying to spread his hate. Well, John Minadio was watching, and his reaction is something you have to see for yourself. Our chief investigative reporter, Phil Williams, continues his confronting hate investigation. Phil, this man apparently has no shame.
None at all. Last night, we reported that the shooter at Antioch High School left behind a manifesto that included material from John Minadio and his Goyim Defense League. So when he went back online later in the evening, I expected he would deny any connection. That was not what happened. And again, a warning, we've bleeped his words, but the cruelty may be tough for some people to take.
You know, when I see these kids, you know, getting pumped up saying white power, and they're getting ready for what's happening because they're having to go live through this as children, I don't take back any of that at all.
On his latest podcast episode, neo-Nazi John Minadio was unapologetic as he played video from News Channel 5's investigation into his activities.
White power. There you go.
How he goes into online spaces frequented by kids.
You look like an ugly
berating children of color he meets there.
Now, why do we allow Jews to control all of our media?
And grooming white children to accept his hate, urging them to arm themselves.
You need to be at the shooting range, get ready to kill.
And to get ready to kill. What I didn't expect was him to fully embrace the notion that he and his group, the Goyim Defense League, might have played some role in influencing the deadly shooting last year at Nashville's Antioch High School. The 17-year-old shooter left behind a manifesto that indicated he had been influenced at least partly by Minadio's hateful propaganda.
Yes! Yes! Let's go! Influencing to kill. Yeah, propaganda's so strong over here. I'm gonna get all these to kill each other.
Something's deeply off with him, that this is where he feels comfortable.
In Minadio's videos, these Nashville parents saw a man who doesn't care about the consequences of his actions.
If I gotta go to heaven with I'm just kidding.
Here, acting in front of a child as if he's going to commit.
Dude, what are you doing hanging out with this?
And here, a pair of teen boys horse around with what could be real guns, and the black kid sticks a gun to his own head.
I mean, that kid in there holds a gun to his own head, and then his friend holds a gun to his head.
And Minadio doesn't know whether those are real guns or toy guns, and he's saying, pull the trigger.
Here, you shoot him, I'll shoot this one. Ready?
1, 2, 3. Boom!
While it may have been a joke for those teens, these parents say they see nothing funny about this neo-Nazis' hate.
And the more you do it, the more normal it's going to be. So the next time when he's mad at his friend, what's going to happen? How easy is it going to be to pull the trigger for real?
John Manadio begins his shows with a couple of disclaimers, perhaps for legal reasons, denying that he is encouraging violence. But as you saw there, he has no problem celebrating it when it does happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that disclaimer, Phil. I think it's worth touching on for parents who may not have seen part 1 last night. Explain where he's actually interacting with these kids.
Yeah, it's in these roulette-style video chat apps where people meet strangers. One is called Oh Me TV.
Right.
Another is called Monkey. None of them is a place that any child should be.
I know this is not the end of the investigation.
We will continue.
Phil, thank you.
All right, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praises to the Most High. And I really don't think I have to say anything regarding this man who is a pro-Nazi. He has all the racist, white supremacist tattoos, and he's targeting children. He's targeting young, impressionable children and encouraging them to commit mass acts of violence. As you see, the young black child who was the school shooter at Antioch referenced this man. I don't know how or why he got influenced, but that goes to show the impressionable nature of young children being exposed to races like this. He was a black child, and I think, part of his manifesto was saying he hate black people.
What you think about this video, T. Wriggles?
Brother, I feel like look, I got to give this one. I got to say this. Look.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, you're on the public platform. I mean, really showing your behind out here. And it's sad that I guess he's influential, but if that's what the brother said, that did that in Nashville and referred to this Nazi dude, neo-Nazi, like, wow, that's kind of powerful, It's kind of powerful. It's sad.
See, they censor people like me, Key, Bruce Sanchez, Big Aboriginal Power. They censor us, but they give these neo-Nazis millions of viewer platforms. Like I said, my channel is for 18 and older, but they allow these Nazis to push this shit to the youth and won't even allow me to push what I'm saying to the youth, which I'm not trying to reach the youth. I'm trying to reach the adults. I let parents do their job. I'm doing my job as a parent. You know what I mean? So that's why I cater to the adults and not the youth, because I'm already censored. They allow these neo-Nazis to have millions of views and go viral and push their hate, man.
Yeah, this is the game.
David Dukes and the rest of them. Like I said, I'm just bringing awareness that it's our people that hate us out here. Got plenty Karens, male and female. Tell us to go back to fucking Africa when they're a migrant in our country. We ain't Africans.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm just bringing awareness to people. That's all.
No, this is great awareness, because I've never heard of this guy before, never seen him before until today. I feel like Mr. Richard Taylor here. There's nothing that needs to be said. I honestly laughed at it, but it makes sense on why you're reaching so many people, around in the States. I mean, look, this is the game, I'm not even going to hate the player.
And
I'm
it's
gonna
the
hate
game that they pushing to the
this is
youth,
the game that they
unfortunately.
pushing for
And
sure.
that's why I
Even
said, T. Rivers, I'm gonna give it right to you, bro.
Mhm.
America ain't trying to stop racism. It ain't. Because they allow people like this guy, not on the screen, neo-Nazis, to push hate out towards a certain group of people. That's why I say, you know, I'm not sorry for what they're doing to the migrants and immigrants, but I think they're just practicing on them so they can do us next. I don't trust these motherfuckers, man, because they pushing hate.
Mm. Mm.
They pushing hate instead of love and respect. You know,
Yeah.
and that's why I said I don't trust them. You know, a lot of people say you shouldn't bring this out, but them are the ones that don't want to look at color. They're the ones that still got that Jesus bug up in them. It ain't about the color. It's about the how they say it. I forget how they say it, but you know what I mean. It's not about the color. It's about the spirit.
Mm.
But they
And look,
judging us by because of our color.
mm, mm. And then look, and on the flip side, right? Right.
Yeah.
This is why right, I kind of laughed at this. I was just like, wow, you're really spewing this crap. But now when it reminded me of the brother, his name was, what was his name? Grandmaster something, and he had that militia with all the brothers, and had all the and I was looking at that too, like, hold up, wait a minute, nah, something. My gut's telling me, nah, this isn't the way how you're doing it. But it sounds almost the same in a way, but not. It's part of the same cloth to me. You know what I mean? Where it just, for me, violence and all of that. And some people might say that, yeah, they were violent to us, so you got to meet fire with fire. And that type of logic to me doesn't make sense. So in order to put out a fire, you're going to use fire? No, 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 no. You need to become water to put out the fire. That makes logical sense to me. So this man here, wow, I'm really kind of speechless, but it's just the game, man.
I got you, brother. Play some more of the video.
And so where would he get that notion from? But you see this guy celebrating, say, yeah, propaganda is strong, getting inwards to kill inward. So you see him with the Nazi symbols. You also see the kiss symbol up there on his little podcast. And I don't know how he's allowed to operate in that nature when, we can barely say certain words without getting our video.
Exactly, bro. We can't say certain words, but they're allowed to show AKs, push hate, tell the youth to kill. Shit is, like I said, America, I'm showing my proof that America isn't trying to deal with racism. They're letting the hate grow and letting the racism grow and don't want to deal with it. They act like they want to deal with it, but they're still allowing hate to be pushed to the youth. And they're the ones pushing division. They are the ones that's pushing white against black, black against white,
Yeah.
black against Asians, black against, white against, what I mean? They're the ones that's pushing that shit, man.
Facts.
And when we tell her, try to bring them out that they pushing racism and hate, they want us to turn the other cheek and act like it ain't happening. But that's what they promoting in America to the youth.
Facts. And as we continue moving forward down the line, and everyone in the chat, that let's try our best not to fall for any more gimmicks, or tricks, deception. I mean, it's tough to see some of the schemes that they're doing, but you know, let's make sure we think first before moving. That's how I was taught. Instead of moving emotionally, think first before you move and speak.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. I totally agree. Think before you make a decision and before you move. Think the whole situation out. That's how I stay my ass out of prison, because I think before I react. So yeah, shout out everybody in the building. My brother Maybach, my brother Verified Nation, Hiker, David M, T. Wriggles, Poison Puppet, D. Allen Warren, Texas.
Maybach's in the building. Maybach's in the building. Salute to you, Maybach. Great intro, man.
Old dude, anytime, old dude. You already know. I already mentioned you. You know, we can do a dual stream. You can copy my streams anytime. Who else in here? Shout out to everybody. D. Allen Warren, old dude, hiker. T. Wriggles, Poison Puppet, my brother Charles Johnson, Boot Camp. Make sure I got everybody. T. Wriggles, Indian Radio. Hopefully everybody having a good afternoon. We just bringing awareness. That's all.
That's all.
Make sure I got everybody. Juice, my brother Juice. Peru. Appreciate all of y'all, man. Everybody in the house. Y'all sponsor this program. Let's get back to some more of the video.
Video's flag. But this guy is evidently proud. He probably has a lot of influencers, and you know, he probably has a lot of cohorts too that believe as he believes. He has a whole organization dedicated to this. So for all of you guys who claim once again that Richard Taylor is spreading hate by sharing this information, exposing this information, what do you say to this guy? How would you characterize what he's doing? Because if I'm spreading hate, then this has to be 100 times more detrimental to society. This man is going into online spaces with children and spewing
that hate shit that they allow to be pushed. It ain't bettering people. It's a detrimental to our communities. It's why our communities can't grow. It's why our communities can't come together. And like I said, God is over this shit watching it. He's sitting back, chilling, doing nothing, while his people allegedly get divided. That's why I don't believe in that shit. That's why you can't, put me in that shit. Because this God ain't doing shit in this reality we live in. But they push it like it's all knowing and all positive and all, all knowing and supposed to be in control of Omega, in control of everything. But it isn't. Man is in control and out of control. And like I said, this corporation is allowing these hate groups to exist. Just like he used the church to push the KKK. The KKK was a church organization. And that's why I go hard at our church. They had religious protection. The KKK came under a 401c, 501c under the church. And that's why I do what I do with the church. Fuck the church. Fuck God. Fuck these religions. I say fuck God every day, and I'm still here. If it was the God of the Bible, it would have been took me out. Because it ain't nothing real up there. I don't gotta worry about shit. I gotta worry about man getting in his feeling because I say fuck God. But I don't fear man either. Just like he can take my life, I can take his fucking life too.
You know, and one thing about this whole thing here, you know, when it comes down to, because you mentioned it, like, Maybach just got out of the doghouse, for an example, for saying something that's true, that lets us know, okay, so we're in this battle. But at the same time, with this gentleman, it's almost like saying he's exercising his free speech. Like, you're entitled to say whatever the hell you want to say, how pathetic it sounds, or dumb it sounds, or smart it sounds, you know. And it's from just looking at this, and the people that are entertaining this and vibing with this individual, well, then, you know, that person, you've got this some type of hate within also. So, you know, me personally, because that's like, if this person was able to speak at colleges, for an example, I think he should be able to still speak at colleges and speak the way that he's doing. And I kind of like it, because I know who you are now. You know, there's no if, ands, or buts about who this gentleman is. You understand what I'm saying, OG? Like, there's no if, ands, or buts. So if I ever see you on the stream, or I see you on the street, you know what I mean, I'm turning off and walking the other way. And you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you, T. Rick. Like I said, I like to know who they are too.
You know,
You know what I mean?
and you know, when I look at I'm on the West Coast, I'm in LA, right? And so when I look at the West Coast, and then I'm looking at the East and the South, right? Especially when we speak about racism over here, this thing is hidden. It's here, but it's so masked that it's so hard to find out who really is who. And they've mastered that out here, you know. And as you know, we're still dealing with the gang activity, which is more prevalent, you know, but it's so hidden. So in the South and the East Coast, it's so much more in your face. I can deal with that all day than this hidden thing here. And while people are getting so upset, like, why am I not getting hired for these jobs, and I'm properly qualified, you know, out here on the West Coast? Yeah, because, you know, the racism is thick out here. You know what I mean? But it's hidden. It's totally hidden. None of that.
Yeah, I totally agree, T. Riggles. And Maybach, I totally understand. I'm being censored. It's 26 people in the audience, man. If I was just to open the panel up and let y'all show hate on each other, I had 200 people in the chat, which I'm grateful for the 26 that's in here, man. You know, it's all love and respect. Power to the motherfucking people. But that's how I know we censored Maybach, because we ain't going to have that many people, because people don't want to do what we doing, promoting, pushing equality, pushing love, calling out the hate. You know what I mean? So I understand. I've been censored for a while, and I'm okay with it. As long as y'all come, the ones that's here, I'm fine with it, man. I'm happy. I could care if you don't hit the like button or if you hit the like button. I just appreciate that y'all came and supporting the OG. That's all. Because I know I'm being censored. Because I'm against God. I'm against religion. I'm against the church. I'm against the education system. So I know they ain't going to let my voice be heard. Only to a few. You see what I'm saying? So I appreciate each and every one of y'all. T. Wriggles, my nigga Key, bruh Sanchez, everybody in the chat, man. That's why I always shout y'all out and tell everybody to sub up to each other, because you got somebody that's going to support you.
Facts.
As long as you keep it real with the people, you know, they're going to support you. So thank y'all. And like I said, I jumped in the lane of networking and promoting. That's the lane I want to be in. You know, so I already know I'm gonna be sensitive, because I'm anti everything, man. We can rebuild, we can crash this shit and rebuild this shit over again, even the new language. That's how intelligent of a people that we are. We can crash it, rebuild it, create our own language, currency, all the above. new curricula for the children, all the above. You know, but fear, push fear, and like I said, I don't blame the people for being fearful. I was fearful till I learned how to, you know, go at my fears, not be fearful. Got rid of religion, lost a bunch of fear. Once you take back control and get your power back, you lose fear. And that's where I've been. I took my power back, and now I'm in control, and I don't have no fear.
Well
Black
said. Well
motherfucker
said,
power.
OG. Well said, man. Power to you. Power to everyone in the chat. It is such an, it's such an honor to be shadow banned, blacklisted. It is such an honor. It means that you are totally on the right path of things. And I wouldn't want to change it any other way. Right? I'm like you, OG. Hey, you smash the like button on my videos or you don't. I don't mind. I got this revolutionary bone in me. I've got this.
I ain't trying to go viral because I know they ain't gonna let me. Only way I'm going viral if the revolution is on, and it ain't no
Right,
revolution,
right.
so I'm not going viral. Shout out my brother Hurricane, man.
Yeah, shouts out Hurricane. And so, when you're not in the algorithms, or like I said, you're shadow banned, for me, I look at that as an honor. It's a badge. You just gave me a badge of honor. I've ranked up into the rankings because I'm spitting this truth now. It might be too much for people. It's okay. But like you said, for the 26 people in the chat, man, salute to all of you. And keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep your vibe high. And I land.
Yes, I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. I know y'all the real ones out here. Shout out to the real ones. We're gonna play some more of this video. Then, like I said, I got one other video I wanted to talk about. And let me finish this one. How much? We only got like 3 minutes left. Let's go.
And perpetuating his racist ideology. And so I don't know why he's not arrested. Once again, there's the aspect of white privilege and all of this. Where this man is allowed to continue to do these things without retribution. Even after this expose that the news did, he gets on celebrating his exposure to his ideology. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments, as we see racism is still alive, kicking, and thriving in some parts of the post-racial USA. You see the number 919-587-7782.
Brother said it's thriving, kicking, and growing. And that's why I say America ain't trying to do shit against these racists. They rather let them keep
that the news did. He gets on celebrating his exposure to his ideology. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments, as we see racism is still alive, kicking, and thriving in some parts of the post-racial USA. You see the number 919-587-7782. Thank you for liking, watching, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And as always, I pray you have peace and blessings. As the scripture says.
Shout out to that brother.
He brought up a good point, OG. And when I look at, comparing.
This sounds like criminal stuff.
Go ahead, brother.
Comparing the two, this dude and then the brother that was named Grandmaster. I forgot his name, right? And he started that militia and he brought all them brothers together. They were all armed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what they look,
no
this
nonsense group of not giving a damn. I forget the name. I know because I started to join. I started to go to that fucking John, or something told me don't go, and I didn't.
Yeah. Look, same here. But something hit me and said, look, his name is Grandmaster. Okay, so of course that Grandmaster that lets us know that okay, this is secret society funded. But what's strange about both of these situations here, this Caucasian dude is free. He's running around free. But what they did to the Grandmaster dude, they threw him in jail. Like, this is weird. Do you know what I mean? But hey, this is the game, y'all. This is the game.
NFAC. Thank you, Wolf. Thank you. Yeah, the NFAC. That's the group. And real quick, like I said, I wanted to review this video. Leaked memo, FDA admits COVID vaccine killed children. You know, and like I said, fair use. You know what I mean? I'm playing the Jimmy Dore show. Shout out to that channel.
Does it not sound like criminal stuff to you, Mary?
No, this is absolutely criminal stuff, Jimmy. This is stuff that killed children. It doesn't get much worse than that. It doesn't get much worse than this.
So let's bring in our first guest, Mary Holland. You know her. She's speaker and CEO of the Children's Health Defense, an organization focused on legal strategies to defend children's health and obtain justice for those injured. Before joining Children's Health Defense in 2019, she taught at NYU School of Law for 17 years and lectured at Columbia Law School on international human rights. Welcome back to the show, Mary Holland. Hey, Mary.
Take that invitation and play your game. I don't want to play you while on this live and got to concentrate on the live and playing chess. I'd rather, play you on my phone or another device. But we can set up a online when we play each other online and watch the people that the people watch. I'm down with that. I just got to download it on my computer. But I'll definitely be getting at you, Wolf, in a minute for that chess game. But let's listen to this content right here. Let me bring it back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
I just wanted to tell people that, so you published this book. Ed Dowd was on the show. We talked about this book, Cause Unknown, The Epidemic of Sudden Deaths in 21 and 22. And this is from the book description on Amazon. It says 2020 saw a spike in deaths in America, smaller than you might imagine during a pandemic, some of which could be attributed to COVID and to initial treatment strategies that were not effective. But then in 2021, the stats people expected went off the rails. The CEO of One America Insurance Company publicly disclosed that during the third and fourth quarters of 2021, death in people of working ages 18 to 64 was 40% higher than it was before the pandemic. Significantly, the majority of the deaths were not attributed to COVID. A 40% increase in deaths is literally earth-shaking. Even a 10% increase in excess deaths would have been a 1 in 200 year event, but this was 40%. And therein lies the story, a story that starts with the obvious questions. What has caused this historic spike in deaths among younger people? And what has caused the shift from old people who are expected to die to younger people who are expected to keep living? Well, now the FDA is backing up that book. So that book was saying that it was caused by the vaccines. Is that what the book was saying?
COVID shots. It said unknown. And it wasn't confirmed by the government, but suddenly we saw this epidemic in young children, Jimmy, as well as in adults, of people dying shortly after getting these mRNA COVID shots. And that's what this leaked memo is about that we'll talk about, that happened a couple days ago.
And so now the leaked memo from Vinny Prasad at the FDA is confirming the thesis of that book and what that book was saying and the questions.
Pretty much it is. He's saying that, that people in the FDA have now looked very carefully at the adverse events.
And like I said, this was one of the main reasons why I was being censored. And since they letting us talk about it, I like to talk about it. A lot of people that took that shit, they in denial. But I didn't take that shit, and I'm not in denial. I even have where they talking about it in Congress. Because we know Big Pharma is about their bread. But yeah, I wanted to play this video. And my brother Rumham said Jimmy Dore is a vac injury person. Yeah. I lost a daughter to the immunization or the vaccine, so that's why I go hard at it. As long as I'm breathing, I'm anti-vax, and that they poisoning the people. But a lot of information is coming out, but a lot of our people still in denial, especially, like I said, the ones that took it. You know, the Pan-Africans, they still pushing that African shit. You know, the religious ones still pushing that religious shit. You know, a lot of them is in denial. That, you know, what they took, they think it helped them. Even, I showed the video of Raphael Warnock going at RFK pushing a measles epidemic. So for them, you got to keep taking them shots. They're going to keep pushing them shots for every, you know, pandemic that they have. For us, we know not to take them motherfuckers, man. You putting your life on the line. And Congress have approved that, you know, with these vaccines that they can't get we can't get no remedy through Congress because they gave the vaccine companies immunity. Fauci, all the above, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, they can't be going against the vaccines. But let's get back to the show, man.
Event records for 96 kids, and that they found that at least 10 of them definitely were caused by COVID shots. And
What happened?
and actually, as Meryl Nass, we published an article in our publication Defender today as Dr. Meryl Nass.
30 seconds ago. Let's go back. 30 seconds.
Having not, it's not so much that he needs to change policies. They just need to enforce the policies they have around honest science. It's pretty clear that having not come forward with this evidence until now, the end of 2025, they were going out of their way at the FDA not to see this information. And actually, even Dr. Peter McCullough in the article we published today questions whether Dr. Prasad and Dr. Makari were really, if they had their eyes open, because in May of 2025, Senator Johnson issued a report from his subcommittee on investigations saying it's pretty clear the COVID shots killed kids.
So before we get to that, I appreciate all that info. And I just want to, the headline is that there's a leak of this internal FDA review from Vinny Prasad found that at least 10 children died following the COVID vaccine. And so for the first time, the USDA will acknowledge that the COVID-19 vaccines have killed American children.
Right.
Whoa. So that's coming right from the FDA. And so let me just read, I'm going to read you a lot of this memo. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read a lot of it because I think it's really important. And this, it says to Team SBER. What does SBER stand for, Mary? Do you know?
It's Center for Biologics Evaluation and Research. That's what Vinny Prasad is the head of, which basically deals with all the vaccines.
Okay. He says, I'm writing to report that OBPV career staff have found that at least 10 children have died after and because of receiving COVID-19 vaccination. Wow. These deaths are related to vaccination, likely, probable, possible attribution made by staff. That number is certainly an underestimate due to the underreporting and the inherent bias and attribution. So there's more. The safety signal has far-reaching implications for Americans, the U.S. pandemic response, and the agency itself, which I wish to discuss here. I also want to address some frequent objections. Prior to joining the U.S. FDA, the FDA commissioner closely followed reports of vaccine-induced myocarditis. Unlike the COVID virus, which has a steep age gradient, being at least 1,000 times more likely to kill an 80-year-old than an 8-year-old, myocarditis appeared to have the opposite pattern. So what he's saying is that COVID, the deaths of COVID It skewed way older. So if you're 80 and over, it had 1,000 times more likely to kill you than an 8-year-old. So it wasn't deadly. It wasn't deadly for young people and for children, and like less than the flu. And so here, he's saying, but the exact opposite. So that's what you would expect with the COVID virus or any kind of flu virus or any kind of virus. You would expect it to skew older, that older people died faster than young people. But the exact opposite was happening with myocarditis. Why was it the younger people were getting myocarditis? The risk was as high as 200 to 330 per million doses given in the highest risk demographic groups. So notably, the US FDA and CDC were not the first to recognize the safety signal. Instead, the Israelis were, and worse, in May of 2021, then CDC Director Rochelle Walensky stated, "We have not seen a signal, and we've actually looked intensely for the signal in over 200 million doses we've given." Many felt that this statement was dishonest and manipulative because it was. So it was a lie. Rochelle Walensky is she's a used car salesman of the worst order. She'll lie. Her feet don't hit the ground. She's lying when she gets up in the morning. Damn. The commissioner, senior advisor Tracy Beth Hogue, myself, and colleagues demonstrated that COVID-19 boosters and the accompanying mandates by colleges were on balance harmful to young men in a widely discussed peer-reviewed paper in 2022. Like many academic physicians, we felt the FDA and the CDC abdicated their duty to the American people. These agencies did not quickly attempt mitigation strategies such as spacing doses apart, lowering doses, omitting doses among those with prior COVID-19. Worse, the FDA delayed acknowledgement of the safety signal until after it could extend marketing authorization to younger boys 12 and 15. This sounds like criminal stuff. Does it not sound like criminal stuff to you, Mary?
No, this is absolutely criminal stuff to me. This is stuff that killed children. It doesn't get much worse than.
Sound like criminal stuff to you, brother? You there? He might have stepped away. It sounds like criminal shit to me, but let's continue.
No, I'm here. It's beyond criminal, OG. What is happening? This is an act of war here. I don't look at this any other way. And for the rest of my life, OG, I'm never going to let anyone forget about this pandemic. We had people running around talking about, oh, I'm essential. I'm essential. Like, what? Like, you don't even understand what's going on? Well, for me, that is an act of war, y'all, against the people.
I definitely agree, T. Wriggles. That's why, these people that still voting and still believing in this shit, they're poisoning the water. They're poisoning the air. They're poisoning the food. They're poisoning the immunization. So why would I trust anybody the judicial system is corrupt? Everything is corrupt. So why would I trust a politician in this corporation? So, those people that still believe in that Democrat, Republican shit, if you took that shit, they poisoning you. But you still think you got faith in these people? That's mind-blowing to me. I don't got faith in nothing they doing, to be honest.
Most definitely, it's mind-blowing. I just watched. I stumbled onto one of those congressional hearings and hearing this doctor said he's got a master's degree. OG, he said it will be hard for me to believe that 1,000 doctors around the world are conspiring and not saying anything about this COVID-19. Are you dumb? Like, of course they'll conspire. Everybody want to keep their jobs, fool. Just hearing this man
say, the government threatening with their job. Continue, brother.
Just to hear this man say that no one noticed or no one would conspire, to anyone. What are you talking about? You understand some of these doctors are scared, and these scientists are scared to lose their license. That means that money stops. That means there's no home for them. That their children can't go to school. Like, come on, y'all. Like hearing that doctor say that was just absolutely mind blowing and great. This is look, OG for this. Look.
Yes,
OG,
sir.
let's stop playing around with it. For this video right here that you putting on the screen, OG.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Hopefully everybody enjoying the video, man. I like to just, let them talk.
Enough. It doesn't get much worse than this.
And so now he knows this. And so he goes on. He says, this is described by the commissioner and I in JAMA. Had the acknowledgement come early, these younger boys who likely did not require COVID-19 vaccinations may have chosen to avoid the products. In the summer of, boy, that is such mealy mouth language.
That's mealy mouth. Some of these kids might not have died, is what I meant to say.
That's right. In the summer of 2025, Dr. Hogue began investigating VAERS reports of children who had died after administration of the COVID-19 vaccine. They should always put that in quotes, vaccine. By late summer, she had concluded that there were, in fact, deaths, a fact this agency had never publicly admitted. Dr. Hogue organized a small meeting to discuss these deaths with OVRR and OBPV stakeholders. The slides she presented, emails she sent, and distorted firsthand reports was shared with media outlets. The general narrative was that OVRR staff disagreed with Dr. Hogue's assessment that the deaths were due to vaccine receipt. Some staff present who leaked portrayed the incident as Dr. Hogue attempting to create a false fear regarding the vaccines. I then asked OBPV to perform a detailed analysis of deaths voluntarily reported to the VAERS system in full interest of balance. Causality is easy to assess in a randomized trial, but with case reports, causality is typically assessed on a subjective scale. In this scale, ranging from certain to unlikely certain, possible / likely, and probable are broadly considered as related to the product. The team has performed an initial analysis of 96 deaths between 21 and 24 and concludes that no fewer than 10 are related directly to that vaccine. If anything, this represents conservative coding where vaccines are exculpated rather than indicated in cases of ambiguity. Rather than indicted in cases of ambiguity. The real number is higher. So it's higher than 10 out of these 96 that they looked at. This is a profound revelation. For the first time, the U.S. FDA will acknowledge that COVID-19 vaccines have killed American children. Healthy young children who... shouldn't the Department of Justice, the Attorney General, immediately order an criminal investigation into this? Isn't that what you would think would happen? You're a lawyer,
right? So remember, this is a leaked memo, Jimmy. So far, this
shouldn't somebody be sent to court for this?
Absolutely.
They covering this shit up. Go ahead.
No, absolutely. I mean, look. Honestly, you can't hide it. You can't hide it anymore. With all of the other whistleblowers that are in the pharmaceutical and health field, that they're telling you, they're bringing data to the forefront. And of course, the number is higher than 10. Of course. And let's not forget, worldwide here, okay, which went under the rug. This didn't get any media hype at all. What about the 3,500 soccer players ranging for 24 to 29 that were collapsing in practice? We're talking about soccer players here, okay, athletes in shape, healthy, running all day, and they're collapsing during practice, like it's crazy,
Yeah, Dr. Fauci, all these doctors should be held for crimes against humanity, but they still covering up what they doing. But let's continue.
Sort of isn't exactly, we haven't absolutely gotten this confirmed, although we imagine there's little doubt that it's confirmed. So one of the things that people are calling for immediately would be for the Office of Inspector General to look at this with DOJ. And I think they absolutely should. FDA has been covering up this information now for years. And, you know, I don't think that it stops with the COVID shots.
The FDA has been covering up this information for years? Said that years ago. And it's just coming out. I said that years ago. That the information that they were taking on vaccine-related illnesses and deaths, they were been covering up. I said that years ago, like 10, 12 years ago. And now a lot of people just getting honest, getting brutally honest and saying the same thing I've been saying.
Well, you know, OG, this is just proof that, you know, well, I know it's proof for me that America has been infiltrated inside and out. Okay? We've got something, we've got this parasite here, you know, that will put Dr. Fauci in the position of power. And in 1982, we had Dr. Fauci saying that you can catch AIDS if you sit in a room next to someone. This is the same person that said that. And now he's coming up with when I say he should be charged for treason. Honestly.
Yeah, definitely crimes against humanity, but we know DOJ and none of the other above is going to do anything to these people.
Infiltration. That's what that is.
Let's
we got a big problem.
Is by far the most.
Go ahead, bro. My bad.
You know, we got a very big problem. Well, not per se we, you know, but the people in these high places. Look, because I'm never going to take this off the table. OG, man, look, these orders and fraternities and secret orders, very powerful, right? You're going to have to do exactly what the Brotherhood tells you to do. If they tell you to lie, you got to lie. If you don't lie, you're going to pass away, along with the rest of your family members.
I totally agree.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I understand this position that people are in, but then, you know, some just got to be brave. You got to be brave and
you're going to die anyway, T-Wriggle shit. So what the hell?
Right.
That's why I say I'm going out with a bang. I'm going out being honest. You know what I mean? I ain't holding my tongue for nobody.
No one.
No YouTube, Zoom. You know, I'm using it as free speech. I'm giving my experience of what I have experienced. Free speech. But yeah, man, this shit crazy, man.
This shit crazy, yo.
I've been saying, you know, we can't trust the CDC. They've been, you know, covering up the crimes of this corporation through the vaccine, through the big pharma, through these religious groups. Still working for them. But yeah, let's get back to it.
Hey, OJ, I'm gonna hop on down, man. Let me go take care of some business, man. Much love to you. Much love to the chat.
You too, brother. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me, OJ.
Okay. And I'm probably gonna play some more of this video, and then I'm gonna shut it down. Cause like I said, I'm gonna come back tomorrow and do curve service, my brother executive session. So make sure everybody sub up to everybody's channel. The items that, you know, I promote, the fire stick, the essential lotions, my brother Hampton Electronics. Check the fire stick, check the people out, the Biblia, the copy of the enemy's public book called Fireman. That's what we're about. Networking and promoting and getting this information out. Like I said, I appreciate everybody that came through, man. Everybody that came through. It's nothing but love and respect. We keeping it real over here, man. Networking. I jumped in the lane I wanted to jump in. I don't got time for trolling. I'm trolling the corporation. That's who I'm trolling. I don't got time, you know, to curse my people out and show hate towards them. I'm showing, you know, put my energy towards this corrupt corporation, big pharma, Like I said, I've been trying to sue Big Pharma for a lot of years, and this corporation basically protected them. And that's why I do what I do. But let's continue with some more of this video, man. I appreciate all of y'all.
Most egregious.
So he goes on in this leaked memo, healthy young children who face tremendously low risk of death were coerced. How low was their risk of death from COVID? The New York Times printed that they had a less risk of death from COVID than they did from the flu. That was right in the New York Times, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and they were coerced at the behest of the Biden administration.
Because all it is the flu on steroids. That's all it is. They basically weaponized the common cold, the flu. They weaponized it. People catch it, a change of season cold and thought it was the goddamn COVID-19. It was a common cold that went into the flu. And they weaponized the common cold to the flu. Let's go, man.
Via school and work mandates to receive a vaccine that could result in death. In many cases, such mandates were harmful. It is difficult to read cases where kids aged 7 to 16 may be dead as a result of COVID vaccines. Did COVID-19 vaccine program...
That 5G shit, the CERN machine, all to keep, people in that, so they can log in. They can be computer one, log in, so they can have that digital life after they die. I'm with you. They using the 5G towers, the vaccines, all of that shit working together with the weather and all the other ones, and our people still waiting on God. But big facts, Poison Puppet. I definitely agree, brother. You already know. I appreciate you. One of the best moderators on YouTube. My brother, Poison Puppet. If he subscribed to your channel, give that brother a wrench. He deserves it. He's like a walking information source. Shout out to my brother, Poison Puppet, man. Let's go.
Programs kill more healthy kids than it saved? This is a real question. Well, we do not have reliable data estimating the absolute benefit, absolute risk reduction regarding severe disease and death in healthy children from vaccine receipt. OVRR and OBPV rely on observation cohort or case control data with notorious methodological biases. FDA has never requested the manufacturers demonstrate in randomized fashion that vaccinating children improves these outcomes. So they never did the kind of test you would want them to do before they gave it to them. And so now they can't do it after they gave it to them.
And that's what I've been saying for years, that these people, they've been lying about their studies. They ain't been studying shit. They just been giving it to the people. And then even after they giving it to the people, they ain't even studying that. They're censoring it. I've been saying that for years, man. Let's go.
So the available randomized data in children is deeply limited and broadly negative for symptomatic infection, as discussed in prior AdCons. Furthermore, COVID-19 was never highly lethal for children. Jeez. And now MISC has decreased drastically, and the harms to kids are comparable to many respiratory viruses for which we do not provide annual immunization. So comparing the number of kids who died from COVID against these deaths would be a flawed comparison. We do not know how many fewer kids would have died had they been vaccinated, and we do not know how many more kids died from taking vaccines that has been voluntarily reported. Instead, The truth is, we do not know if we saved lives on balance. So they don't know if they killed more children. The FDA is now admitting that they don't know that if they actually killed more children with the COVID vaccine than they saved. Well, I can tell you what my hunch is because they didn't need the vaccine in the first place. So it would seem logical that the vaccine killed more children than.
I said this a long time ago. If the CDC had a study between vaccinated people and unvaccinated, which would be safer? Like I said, they've been lying and biased about all their information. They're pushing the information so they can push their pandemic, so they can push Big Pharma like they gave Big Pharma immunity. So shout out to Jimmy Dore. Let's go.
And COVID, am I wrong on this, Mary? What do you?
No, you're not. And this is what Secretary Kennedy has been saying in the Senate and these hearings all along, is that we don't have the science. We don't really know whether these mRNA COVID, injections, whether these saved more lives or killed more lives. We really don't know the answer to that. How outrageous is it that we don't know that answer? But we truly don't know that answer. And so then Prasad goes on to talk about how he wants to change the metrics by which they look at vaccines, which is a good starting point. I mean, this is a good starting point. It's.
Let me pause that right here. Let me go right here, real quick, and show how these preachers / politicians is still pushing these vaccines and immunizations. Let's switch over here real quick.
Well, other news in politics this morning, Georgia Senator.
I played this video the other day, but it's perfect timing to show how these pastors / politicians, the guy on the left, Raphael Warnock, he was a preacher first, and then once he grew to such a point that he was able to become a politician, a congressperson, a senate, and they're still pushing that these vaccines are safe. So let's listen to this.
Raphael Warnock is calling for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to be fired. This comes after a change to the CDC website that says, in part, the claim vaccines do not cause autism is not an evidence-based claim. In response, Senator Warnock posted, quote, Secretary Kennedy has spent his time in office spreading doubt about vaccines. Now measles is back. He's a threat to our health and must be fired immediately.
At different stages of blood to get different cannabinoids to act.
Shout out one more time, Senator Raphael Warnock. Still pushing.
Well, other news in politics this morning, Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock is calling for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to be fired. This comes after a change to the CDC website that says, in part, the claim vaccines do not cause autism is not an evidence-based claim. In response, Senator Warnock posted, quote, Secretary Kennedy has spent his time in office spreading doubt about vaccines. Now measles is back. He is a threat to our health and must be
one fear after another fear. You got these politicians, because you see it, Senate Reverend Raphael, he was a preacher that one of the largest congregations in Georgia was able to go from the pulpit to the Senate. Now he's a senator. But church and religion ain't connected. But church and state ain't connected, right? But yeah, I wanted to show that video. Let's get back to the other video real quick. Then I'm going to wrap it up if nobody hits the chat with the other vaccine people. No, I got plenty of them videos. That ain't it. Here it go.
saved more lives or killed more lives? We really don't know the answer to that. How outrageous is it that we don't know that answer? But we truly don't know that answer. And so then Prasad goes on to talk about how he wants to change the metrics by which they look at vaccines, which is a good starting point. I mean, this is a good starting point. It's definitely a beginning, not an end, Jimmy.
So he says, finally, the FDA has failed to properly enforce many required post-market commitments for COVID-19 vaccines, including for pregnant women and to document subclinical myocarditis. This is so the whole thing the whole thing is corrupt.
Correct.
Putting these facts together, it is horrifying to consider that the U.S. vaccine regulation, including our actions, may have harmed more children than we saved. This requires humility and introspection. It requires more than that, Vinny. Why did it take the FDA commissioner to identify these deaths? Because it's a corrupt organization that is captured by Big Pharma, which gives them 75% of their budget.
Same thing I've been saying. Corrupt corporation, the CDC, taking money from Big Pharma and covering up for Big Pharma. It's just what the young man just said. Let's go. Let's go.
To deal with drugs and vaccines. That's why, Vinny. It's not a... Anyway, there is no doubt that without... Just when people smarter than me play dumber than me, it really drives me crazy. And I know Vinny Prasad is super smart, super educated, at the top of his field, and he knows better. Same thing with Dr. Makari.
People that smarter than you play dumb. And that's these educated scholars, these ones that get these degrees that swear they so educated. They're some of the dumbest motherfuckers you can, like George Carlin was talking about. Let's go.
There's no doubt that without this FDA commissioner, we would not have performed this investigation and identified the safety concern. This fact also demands serious introspection and reform. Why were these deaths not actively reviewed in real time? Again, we all know the reason, including Vinny. He knows why, because the agency's 100% corrupt and it's owned and captured by Big Pharma. It's called regulatory capture. That's why. And the people who are supposed to be looking out for citizens when it comes to vaccines and Big Pharma are the people who immediately go to work for Big Pharma at the tunes of millions of dollars after they do their bidding inside the FDA. So that's why we know this. So he asks the question as if he just
big facts,
woke up yesterday from a 20-year sleep. Why were these deaths not actively reviewed in real time? Why did it take until 2025 to perform this analysis and take necessary further actions? Deaths are reported between 21 and 24 and ignored for years. I suspect the answer is cultural and systemic. Boy, that again, another mealy-mouthed way of saying it's because we're corrupted by Big Pharma.
Yeah.
He said, and here's his path forward, just as you alluded to. He says, here's his outline of path forward. Our general approach in CBER will be to direct vaccine regulation towards evidence-based medicine. You think they would, but that's like,
that was what they were supposed to be doing all along.
That's right. This means we will take swift action regarding the new safety concern. We will not be granting marketing authorization to vaccines in pregnant women based on unproven surrogate endpoints. Any prior promises will be null and void, and we will demand pre-market randomized trials assessing clinical endpoints for most new products. So what he's saying is, you know, the stuff that you have to do for regular drugs, we're going to start actually doing that for vaccines. Is that what is that what he's saying, Mary?
Yeah. So what he's saying, one of the crazy things they do for vaccines, Jimmy, that they can't do for drugs is they have short clinical trials and they say, well, we can't really test for cervical cancer for Gardasil. We can't really test for what the longer term outcome is. So we're going to just use something as a surrogate. We're going to say, we're going to look at, dysplasia as a surrogate for cancer. Of course, it's not a decent surrogate. And so they don't really even do real clinical trials. They don't look at real clinical endpoints. And so he's saying here, we're actually going to have to do legitimate science and we're going to have randomized trials. Presumably he means also with real controls, Jimmy. One of the other outrages of vaccine alleged science is they don't use real placebo controls. They use an earlier vaccine or a different vaccine or everything except the viral antigen in the product that they give to the control group. So they kind of they rig the system typically.
So what you're saying is what the way you would do a normal trial is you would have a group of people who didn't get the vaccine. They would get a placebo. They would get a saline solution,
exactly,
that your body has no reaction to.
Correct,
but that's not what they do. They take.
Correct. There's not a single vaccine on the childhood schedule that used a saline placebo. Not one.
What they use in instead of using saline solution or an inert placebo, what they use is a previous vaccine.
Correct. Now, for the COVID shots, because there's so much public pressure, they actually did use saline placebo. However, as soon as the trial was over, literally within weeks, they said, oh, it's so successful, we're going to give the vaccine to the control group. So they made it impossible to have long-term
study.
review. Right. So they basically did the same thing. They made real science impossible.
So he says, like, for instance, with the pneumonia vaccine makers, they will have to show their products reduce pneumonia and not what? So they haven't been. So before they didn't do that.
No, what they did, read further. They were just looking at antibodies, and they know that that's meaningless, essentially.
So yeah, and not merely generate antibody. So
titers.
Right.
So your titers don't necessarily mean that you're immune. They don't necessarily. People are different. It's not the same as protecting somebody against getting the disease.
Immunogenicity will no longer be used to expand indicated populations. These populations should be included in the pre-market random controlled trials. What does that mean?
That means that they're no longer going to say, oh, we're going to do an immunobridging study and we're going to hypothesize that because it worked in this age group, it's going to work in that other age group because we can make this analogy. They're basically saying we're going to have to do real science, is what he's saying. We'll have to wait and see, Jimmy.
And here's my final slide on this. He said, we will revise the annual flu vaccine framework, which is an evidence-based catastrophe of low quality evidence, poor surrogate assays. Is that an AS? What is
Assays.
What is that?
Tests.
Just a test.
Poor surrogate tests, right?
Poor surrogate tests and uncertain vaccine effectiveness measured in case-controlled studies with poor methods. So he's saying the way they do the flu vaccine trials and tests now is all garbage.
It's garbage. It's been garbage for 20 years, Jimmy. It's been garbage a long time.
At least for 20 years. Right. Okay. We will reappraise safety.
I've been saying that the CDC studies, they were lying. And now it's all coming out. I said that shit 10, 15 years ago. So all this shit is coming out now that they really didn't, they just been allowing the people to get poisoned, man. They ain't even do a study. Shit, wow. Wow. Let's go.
And be honest in vaccine labels. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Additionally, like
I said, they use fear. Then they use the what do they call it? The consent. The consent. They act like they inform you. And then basically informed consent. Excuse me, y'all. Informed consent. And that's how they get away with it. The truth is, they are not informing us about the real side effects and cause of death. They're basically covering their own ass by making you sign this form. Because they ain't giving us, like they just said, they can't give us good data because they haven't been studying. They just been making shit and writing down like cheating from the teacher. Or from one of your friends' homework. You just copy his shit. Same thing with that Man, the same thing with that DNA shit. Spit in the tube. No study. And our people wholeheartedly believe in that DNA shit. When they telling you with the vaccines, they didn't do no studies. It was no. If they did an experiment, they basically censored the information or lied about the information they studied. Shout out my brother, the Poison Puppet, who put out the video. He just told my brother, the Poison Squad, how the CDC was poisoning people. In the CDC, sanctioned the Tahiti experiment. So why would I trust the same corporation that sold out to Big Pharma, that sold out to, the corporation who's protecting Big Pharma? Why would I trust anything they're saying out of their mouths when they're telling you we ain't been studying shit for the last 30 years, 40 years on these vaccines? We don't know if they're giving the kids autism. More than likely it is, because their products have side effects, and they wasn't even honest about the side effects of their products. But let's get back, man. I hope y'all enjoying this video, man. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all enjoying this video. Put a 1 in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all's support.
FDA, we have not been focused on understanding the benefits and harms of giving multiple vaccines at the same time. So they've never done tests when they give, sometimes a kid goes in and gets 3 vaccines at once, and sometimes even more.
8 vaccines, literally up to 20 vaccines, Jimmy. When you count the antigens in like a pneumococcal shot and an MMR, which is 3, and a DPT, which is 3, kids can get a huge number of vaccines at the same time.
This is a concern shared by many Americans. The FDA standard has been to require randomized studies too small to draw any conclusions from, creating a false sense of efficacy and safety. So I don't think this got leaked accidentally. Do you? And what do you think that why would they leak this on purpose?
I don't know, Jimmy, whether it was leaked on purpose or not. It is convenient that this Thursday and Friday, December 4th and 5th, is the next meeting of the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices. That is the most important kind of advisory body to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention about vaccines. And on their agenda on Thursday is the hepatitis B vaccine, whether or not they're going to continue to recommend that for all babies at birth. 4 million babies a year right now get a ridiculous, very dangerous shot against a sexually transmissible disease. And then the second day on Friday, they're going to talk about the schedule as a whole, and they're going to talk about adjuvants, which means they're going to talk about the aluminum that's in all the shots that babies get. So it's possible that this memo was leaked in order to kind of prime the pump, to kind of like soften up the ground, that even inside the FDA, they're really saying that these shots are causing harm. But I'm not certain of that, because this memo is exclusively, it's primarily about the COVID shots, and that's not on this agenda for ACIP. That's coming later. So I don't know if this was intentionally leaked or not. I don't know, but it is a revealing memo. It's I'm happy to see this memo, but as you and I have been discussing, it's late in the game, and the proof is in the pudding. Can this guy and Makary and Kennedy, can they push through the changes that need to be pushed through? These agencies, sadly, as you point out, are basically owned by Big Pharma that makes billions and billions of dollars a year. And obviously the machine is pushing back every day through the media, through pharma, through lots of different levers.
So, So you say later this week on Thursday they're going to be talking
Friday.
about the putting aluminum, so that's used as an adjuvant. So what's the best way to
Sure.
explain to people
Yeah.
what an adjuvant is?
Yeah. So, if you were just to inject, if you just inject like the flu virus, or if you just inject, the measles virus, your body isn't necessarily going to strongly react to that because your body deals with all kinds of stuff all the time. But if you add something like aluminum, or we used to add mercury, it puts your immune system on high alert, and your immune system goes into overdrive, and anything that's in the presence in your body at that time that's foreign, you're going to reject, and you're going to build up antibodies. So the next time your body sees that, your body will attack it. And basically, the bottom line is, Jimmy, without this aluminum, without these adjuvants, they don't really have products that are going to really create this kind of immune response. And based on all the science that we've been following for years, it is completely unsafe to give any young child a vaccine that contains aluminum because it causes inflammation of the brain. It causes inflammation all over, not just basically being an adjuvant to whatever that foreign virus or bacteria is.
And
the whole program now is starting to be under attack, frankly.
And so they all use this aluminum. And I did a little checking, and it turns out aluminum adjuvants, when they put it in a vaccine, are routinely and deliberately used in laboratory settings to induce autoimmune disease in animals.
Correct. They're used to create allergies and autoimmune conditions.
So now we have an explosion of the vaccine schedule.
Correct.
At the exact same time, we have an explosion of allergies and autoimmune disorders in children.
And very profitable drugs to treat the allergies and immunity. Don't miss out on that. It's a racket, Jimmy.
We can treat your asthma. We can treat your eczema.
Correct.
We can treat your your irritable bowel syndrome. We could treat
your ADHD, your autism. Unfortunately, the drugs don't really work, Jimmy. Far better that you never had these autoimmune or allergy or other neurological conditions in the first place. The drugs don't really work. But these things go together, Jimmy. And it's not like the pharmaceutical industry doesn't know this. You're exactly right that when they want to create allergies or autoimmune conditions, they give their rats or their mice aluminum injections.
So, do you think of the big hurdle is parents don't want to admit that they expose their children to such unbelievable, monstrous medical experiments that they knew that the medical establishment knew was harmful for them? And so parents don't want to admit it, because I know I have friends who have kids and they gave them a hepatitis B vaccine the day they're born. They don't care. And they're like, no, that's what the doctor said. So they don't look into it. And again, of course, those are the same people who look down their nose at, people who vote differently than them because they're.
Yeah, like I said, shout out to Jordan. What's good, Jordan? Let me see. Exactly, Indian Radio. I totally agree. David, I appreciate all the ones, man. A little lag in there. I appreciate the ones, man. I just want, like I said, getting the information out to the people, man. I appreciate all of y'all that's here, man. So after we do this video, I'm going to finish this video. I think we got about 6 minutes left. I'm going to shut it down. And like I said, I'm keeping the channel active, man. I'll be back tomorrow. Let's go.
Stupid,
like
but
said,
there they are giving their kids like some kind of a Nazi experiment.
But some of y'all may haven't, and I wanted the people to hear this.
I think that's why it's so hard. So unless your kid has been seriously damaged with, autism or something, you're less likely
to confront it.
To confront it. You don't want to say, it's because I didn't look into it, and I handed my kids over to maniacs inside the medical profession.
And that's a valid point, because like I said, it took the death of my daughter to wake me up about this shit. It took me to that extreme. which they're talking about. A lot of parents don't want to admit this shit. Yeah, it took me to lose my daughter to get on YouTube and express my grievances with Big Pharma. So, hopefully it don't take unaliving the youth to wake people up, that they can see that the CDC corrupted. They've been lying to the people about the safety of them vaccines, man. And that's all I want right there. What the gentleman just said, man, for us to wake the fuck up and admit that we've been lied to about history, about science, about health, about education, about religion. I could go on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Let me rewind that shit back, man. Because like I said, it took the unaliving of my daughter to wake me the fuck up in 2015, because I was one of them sheeple. Then after that, I made a promise to my daughter when I was holding her last breath. As long as daddy breathing, he's fighting for you. Because I know that vaccine killed my daughter that I allowed to put it in. So I take responsibility for that. And now, that's why I'm anti-vax. Because I took accountability, but it took me the extreme of me and my wife losing our first daughter. But let's go, man.
Profession and let them shoot them up with aluminum, which of course aluminum they use in animals in the laboratory setting to create autoimmune. So now these parents with kids with autoimmune, they don't ever want to take responsibility. That's why it's going to be so hard to get to the critical mass of people standing up against. That's my theory. What is yours?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a factor, Jimmy, but I actually don't agree that most parents can't confront this because they were lied to. When you're lied to again and again by every major social institution, most people are going to...
Didn't I just say, oh man, they must be reading my motherfucking mind. I said we've been lied to about everything. Not some things, about everything. And our people in so much denial about the information that a lot of people ain't gonna wake up. That's why I take the stance I take. Everybody ain't gonna make it. Everybody don't got balls like me. Everybody ain't gonna wake up. Like I said, it took the unaliving of my daughter for me to really take a deeper look at this shit. But them lies, our people don't want to deal with them lies that we've been taught. That's coming out. That's from the Immaculate Conception to this religion shit to these history. So man, it's good video right here, man. Good video. Let's go.
Assume that these institutions of trust are telling them the truth. The church, the media, the government, the doctors, the universities. It's hard for people to believe that all of these groups could be conspiring to lie to them, although that's the truth. And so I actually think that that's why this leaked memo is so important, Jimmy, because this...
I'm trying to rush out of here, but I'm going to play that shit back. Hold on. 5 minutes.
Not like the pharmaceutical industry doesn't know this. You're exactly right that when they want to create allergies or autoimmune conditions, they give their rats or their mice aluminum injections.
So do you think of the big hurdle is parents don't want to admit that they expose their...
That question right there, that big hurdle. But what I wanted to emphasize on was the aluminum. They allowed the aluminum in our deodorants. That's why I stopped using deodorants about 15 years ago once I found out that aluminum was in what you put under your arms. They was putting that shit in there. And they allowed these companies to put aluminum in the deodorant. So let's get back, man.
Children to such unbelievable, monstrous medical experiments that they knew that the medical establishment knew was harmful for them. And so parents don't want to admit it, because I know I have friends who have kids and they got them.
Man. It's good seeing you. I appreciate you, man. You know, I wish nothing but the best for all of y'all, man. All of y'all, nothing but the best. Appreciate y'all, man. But, you know, I just wanted to bring this information out. You know what I mean? The people need to hear it. So I appreciate everybody that's here hearing this shit, man. Like I said, it took me, you know, for the unaliving of my daughter for me to wake up and realize, damn, I just allowed them people to inject the shit into that kilter. And I thought they would be responsible, but I seen they wasn't, and all they did was cover up and protect Big Pharma. So that's why I speak out like I speak out. Let's go, man.
They give them a hepatitis B vaccine the day they're born. They don't care. And they're like, no, that's what the doctor said. So they don't look into it. And again, of course, those are the same people who look down their nose at people who vote differently than them because they're stupid. But there they are giving their kids like some kind of a Nazi experiment. And so to me, I think that's why it's so hard. So unless your kid has been seriously damaged with, autism or something, you're less likely
to confront it.
To confront it. You don't want to say, it's because I didn't look into it, and I handed my kids over to maniacs inside the medical profession and let them shoot them up with aluminum. Which of course aluminum they use in animals in the laboratory setting to create autoimmune. So now these parents with kids with autoimmune, they don't ever want to take responsibility. That's why it's going to be so hard to get to the critical mass of people standing up against.
Like I said, I tried to sue them for like 12 years, 10 years. They hit me with the statute of limitation when it shouldn't be no statute of limitation on death. On unaliving. You know what I mean? That's how I know big corporation is protecting Big Pharma. If you lose a loved one over their vaccines or their immunization, it's no. You're not gonna be able to sue them. So that's why I said I ain't allowing them to put shit in my family and myself ever. No, they're not responsible. They want you to unalive a person and just move on like it's nothing. You just took my loved one, and I'm supposed to move on like it's nothing? No, man. I'm going at y'all. That's just me. But yeah, man, excellent video. Let's go, man.
That's my theory. What is yours?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a factor, Jimmy, but I actually don't agree that most parents can't confront this because they were lied to. When you're lied to again and again by every major social institution, most people are going to assume that these institutions of trust are telling them the truth. The church, the media, the government, the doctors, the universities. It's hard for people to believe that all of these groups could be conspiring to lie.
Let me rewind that shit back, because that's exactly what I just said. That all these agencies, the government, the church, the doctors, the lawyers, the politicians, the whole bang is against us. Lying for each other.
With autoimmune, they don't ever want to take responsibility. That's why it's going to be so hard to get to the critical mass of people standing up against. That's my theory. What is yours?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a factor, Jimmy, but I actually don't agree that most parents can't confront this because they were lied to. When you're lied to again and again by every major social institution, most people are going to assume that
I'm over here choking, smoking out of my bibler, man. But I gotta read when you're lied to by just about by every institution that you trust. That's exactly what I've been saying. One more time, man.
You don't want to say, yeah, it's because I didn't look into it and I handed my kids over to maniacs inside the medical profession and let them shoot them up with aluminum. Which of course aluminum they use in animals in the laboratory setting to create autoimmune. So now these parents with kids with autoimmune, they don't ever want to take responsibility. That's why it's going to be so hard to get to the critical mass of people standing up against. That's my theory. What is yours?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a factor, Jimmy, but I actually don't agree that most parents can't confront this because they were lied to. When you're lied to again and again by every major social institution, most people are going to assume that these institutions of trust are telling them the truth. The church, the media, the government, the doctors, the universities. It's hard for people to believe that all of these groups could be conspiring to lie to them, although that's the truth. And so I actually think that that's why this leaked memo is so important, Jimmy, because this is a trusted institution. The FDA, people actually did think was telling them the truth. The CDC, people thought was telling them the truth. The Secretary of Health and Human Services.
Hey, I might have to get one of y'all to clip that. Hey, if any of y'all know how to clip that right there, I need that clipped. I need that clip, right? Let me write this time down. I need that clipped.
Expose their children to such unbelievable, monstrous medical experiments that they knew that the medical establishment knew was harmful for them. And so parents don't want to admit it because I know I have friends who have kids and they give them a hepatitis B vaccine the day they're born. They don't care. And they're like, no, that's what the doctor said. So they don't look into it. And again, of course, those are the same people who look down their nose at people who vote differently than them because they're stupid, but there they are giving their kids like some kind of a Nazi experiment, and so I think that's why it's so hard. So unless your kid has been seriously damaged with autism or something, you're less likely
to confront it.
To confront it. You don't want to say, yeah, it's because I didn't look into it and I handed my kids over to maniacs inside the medical profession and let them shoot them up with aluminum. Which of course aluminum they use in animals in the laboratory setting to create autoimmune. So now these parents with kids with autoimmune, they don't ever want to take responsibility. That's why it's going to be so hard to get to the critical mass of people standing up against. That's my theory. What is yours?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a factor, Jimmy, but I actually don't agree that most parents can't confront this because they were lied to. When you're lied to again and again by every major.
Right there, when you lied to, let me go back 3 seconds. Right there, 29, what is that? 29, I think that's 10. I need that clipped. Right here, when she...
Autism or something, you're less likely
I went too
seriously damaged with, autism or something.
I went too far. Let me go up a little bit. Wait.
Hard to get to the critical mass of people standing up against. That's my theory. What is yours?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a factor, Jimmy, but I actually don't agree that most parents can't confront this because they were lied to. When you're lied to again and again by every major social institution, most people are going to assume that these institutions of trust are telling them the truth. The church, the media, the government, the doctors, the universities. It's hard for people.
Right there, from 2903 through 2905. 25, my bad. 2903 to 2505. Really, you can go a little bit further, but right here. That's right.
FDA, people actually did think was telling them the truth. The CDC, people thought was telling them the truth. The Secretary of Health and Human
Right here.
with, autism or something, you're less likely.
Let me go back up a little bit more. Yeah, 2905, right there, 01. We're going to start at 01.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Right
that's
there.
a
I need that
factor,
clip
Jimmy,
right
but I
there.
actually don't agree that most parents can't confront this because they were lied to. When you're lied to again and again by every major social institution, most people are going to assume that these institutions of trust are telling them the truth. The church, the media, the government, the doctors, the universities. It's hard for people to believe that all of these groups could be conspiring to lie to them, although that's the truth. And so I actually think that that's why this leaked memo is so important, Jimmy, because this is a trusted institution. The FDA, people actually did think was telling them the truth. The CDC, people thought was.
David, please clip it and send it to me, man. My email is leonardoharrison255@gmail.com. Please clip it and send it to me, brother. Thank you. I need that clip. Let's go. When all these agencies is lying to you, like I said, a lot of our people in denial. These Pan-African, these religious people that still rocking with these religions, you're in denial. They're lying to you. Like I've been saying from day one, they can't prove none of them people in that Bible to be real. They don't know where the fucking Garden of Eden is. Adam through fucking Muhammad. They made up people. And a lot of our people is in denial that they have been lied to. Sad, man.
Telling them the truth, the Secretary of Health and Human Services. And so when we start to see these major institutions turn around, and the New York Times reported on this, right? That's when you're going to start to see people saying, wow, I didn't know that the New York Times was lying to me. The FDA was lying to me. The CDC was lying to me. CBS was lying to me. I think that we will see people turn around. I believe we're going to reach a tipping point this time around on these vaccines for children. I do.
I need that clip.
How
long do you think I don't think people like Vinny Prasad, Marty McCary, and RFK are going to last in this job. I think just like Trump twisted RFK into giving $35 billion to Big Pharma to shoot people up with Ozempic, which RFK has been speaking out about it for years. He had to go along with it. They're going to, shut him up over this too. I don't see him keeping his job much longer. What is your theory?
Well, I disagree with that assessment. I do think that Kennedy brought significant votes to the Trump coalition that brought them the 2024 election. I certainly don't see Kennedy leaving the ticket and leaving this job before the November elections in 2026. So that's at least another year to get a lot done. Oh, I think it would be a very, this is my own personal opinion, Jimmy. This isn't an official position, but my own personal assessment is that Kennedy, as much as he's taking tons of heat from mainstream media and from, within these institutions, he also has a base of millions of Americans that this administration is going to need voting in the midterm elections to keep them in their jobs. So I think it's unlikely, is my assessment, at least for a while. But I agree with you that Big Pharma and the people in these institutions want to wait out these wave makers. They want to wait them out and say, well, it'll all go back to normal. We just have to wait, another year and then we'll get rid of Kennedy. I pray that that's not going to be the case. Kids' lives are on the line, as we're talking about.
Trump has shown a predilection to go ahead and throw his most ardent supporters under the bus. Marjorie Taylor Greene being the most recent and the most vocal and the most public. And so him doing that, that's why I hope you're right. Yeah. Again, I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're right. I hope they can get some good work done. And, anyway, so the headline there is the FDA is now going to use real science when it comes to
I think that's the headline. We're going back to science.
Isn't that ironic how most people think that RFK is the quack and that people like Dr. Fauci were the ones doing the science? No matter how many times you catch them in the lies, no matter how many, I mean, again, it's the weirdest thing. People who used to be protesting GMOs in their food went to loving Dr. Fauci and Big Pharma because of COVID and defending them. It's and injecting themselves with GMO.
I know. I mean, that's the tribalism. You know, we are creatures that are tribal. And if you belong to a tribe, there's this tendency to fiercely be loyal to your tribe, even when they tell you to do really crazy things, which is what we've seen.
Yes. Okay. Well, Mary Holland, I appreciate you coming on from the Children's.
Man, shout out to the Jimmy Dore Show. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, man. Like y'all know how we close out. We close out with my nigga Dangerous Hood Politics Part 4. I just gotta find it, man. Hopefully everybody good, man. Shout out, you know, my nigga Dangerous came through, all the sponsors. Like I said, I've been trying to get this, wanting to get this information out for a minute. You know, I am going to come back with a my brother executive session. What he do? Curb service. We are going to come back tomorrow with curb service. I just wanted to close out, man. Shout out each and every one of y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming through. As always, love and respect from OG. And if nobody told y'all they love y'all today, I love y'all, man. I appreciate that. You know, we're going to close out with, you know, hood politics as always. You know, and I'm going to ask everybody to do what I always do, sub up to everybody. We're about networking and promoting over here. So if you got some music you want me to play, email it to me. You got products you want me to promote, email them to me. Make sure y'all get y'all Fire Sticks, Hampton Electronics, Enemy's Public Wife book called Fire, the Sister Blended Healing, products that, you know, she's promoting. So I appreciate all of y'all, man. Nobody told y'all they love y'all today. OG love y'all, man. We gonna and my nigga Sanchez is live too. So yeah, I gotta tap in over there. We gonna end this jump. I'ma shout you out, man, and I see y'all in a few, man. Shout out my nigga Sanchez. I'm gonna go over there and support my brother Sanchez. We closing out with hood politics. And I got that video, Poison Puppet. I got you. Thank you.
Love Palace. Where we're getting into the lives of the people behind the bars. You feel me?
Now you talking to me.
The goddess of love. The goddess of love.
Now you talking to me.
The goddess of love. The goddess of love.
Now you talking to me.
My brother, the goddess of love. Verified Nation, my brother. My bad, my brother, Verified Nation. My bad. I know you are.
The goddess of love. You feel me? You feel me?
Top shotter.
Well, you know, think about what kind of monster takes a horrible tragedy like this, a personal tragedy that breaks everybody's heart. Take a tragedy like this and use it to advance some weird political
Greatness walked in the building, I did you miss me? Flat earth don't mean niggas live on the frisbee. Niggas still believe in religion and watch suffering. Niggas put their faith in a system that don't fuck with them. Black gloves cover my hands, committing homicide. Memories, plotting revenge, it left me traumatized. Coming from the bottom and trying to get to the other side. The greatest motivation in life, watching my mother cry. Big corporations still consider it slaves. Freedom got a price, they call it minimum wage. The money make predators, these the sinners that pray, but we ain't never done.
New beginnings await. If you ain't fucking with me now, you really think I need y'all? The roller coaster ride of life, it's kinda like a seesaw. But when you get to this view, everything could seem small. It even got these bitches diving mouth first to these balls. Man, shit change when I get in the V, cause I just let my ego drive when I sit in the seats. I mean, I used to be a bummy nigga, simple and clear. Then I cleaned up and turned into the pimp of the year. Any nigga harming a child is a terrorist. Niggas still believe in the book, need a therapist. You fly, but you catching the bus. This shit embarrassing. Quick to say you stacking them bucks. This shit hilarious. Niggas thought homie was soft, but he a block nigga. Quiet ones always let off. You gotta watch niggas. Legend is 12 was thirsty and tried to stop niggas. Same cat, him and his mans turned into cop killers.
Authorities say the suspect, age 35, deliberately lured the officers to his home with a 911 call, waiting for them, armed with an AR-15 assault rifle.
Hey yo, the chosen one, light-skinned nigga, yeah, the golden one. Father to the fire with this shit, I control the sun. Niggas did the double cross thing, got his ball sling, put the barrel under his chin and made his thoughts ring. But fuck the government, the way that it stands. Every branch attached to it, all the way to Japan. I hope niggas break from it any way that you can. It only take a few steps to walk away from the plan. Shit, I hope niggas wake up, learn we gotta win. School shooting made the news, they turning it to a trend. They wanna keep you dumb and blind. Voting for your favorite crooks, always for the lesser evil, never for the greater good. Can't sleep, one eye open like a cyclops. Can't believe none of they truth. This shit is psyops. The sunset and sunrise, the mornings turn to goodbyes. Meeting at the funeral service, that's when the love dies. Father kills 2-year-old, now that's a monster. Woman shot her husband on live, he need a doctor. Homie didn't make it, of course. See, that's that girl lost. She did that in front of their kids, and the world saw. It's been a few years in this world, been on some crazy shit. Desensitized the mind, they made this shit exist. I'm just trying to tell you the truth, that's the way it is. Hood Politics Part 4, my name Dangerous.
Man, shout out to sponsor Dangerous Music came through, man. Been a nice stream, man. Like I said, thank y'all. I will be back tomorrow. Everybody have a good evening. I see you in these streets. Peace.